Good afternoon. Welcome to Party Harbor No Sound. That happened here. Good afternoon and welcome to Friday Harbor High School Sports and Friday Harbor Tiny Radio, presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply. I'm John Volk. With me a little bit later will be Mike Martin, who is stuck in traffic. And back in the studio is Ken Norris, our engineer. The Banner Bank pregame show, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors. Banner Bank, BladeRestoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Tony's Terrific Carpet Care, Farmers Insurance, and the Timing Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Friday Harbor Electric, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Installation, BladeRestoration.com, Star Excavation and Septic, Island Petroleum Services. Without their sponsorship, this broadcast isn't possible. Today, in this afternoon game, we will have Friday Harbor High School versus Toledo High School. Toledo is from down south between Centralia, or below Centralia, Napavine and Adna. They are 9-2 this season. Their two losses came in their division. Friday Harbor Wolverines won their division, finished the season. Where are we at there? I think 4-5 or 5-4. Sorry. Last Monday, Toledo won their game to get into this playoff with us. We had won our season ender against Coopville to get our playoff position. So right now the teams are out there warming up. Wolverine will be in their dark home jerseys. They are the home team here in Oak Harbor. Toledo is on my left here in their white jerseys. They are the road team. We do have a couple of window stanchions in the way, but we're going to do my best to work around those. One more fiddle. Like I said, right now I'm by myself at the moment. So I am fiddling with the other headset mic. Hopefully Mike will be along shortly, and we'll get both of these going. Let's see if I can hear the other one now, so that's good. One sec, I'm going to switch headphones. There we go. Yeah, that one seems to be working now too. Perfect. Alrighty, so just do a little pregame here. As far as I know with the Wolverines, we still only have a couple of injuries. I think Chris Gustafson is still out with his knee injury. I think most of the rest of the starters we're used to seeing are going to be starting today. Didn't get an injury report out of Toledo. They have a fairly large roster, but they do not have that many. Well, they do have that many kids there. Alrighty, so we're looking like a nice day right now. It was raining and windy earlier. It's kind of cleaned up a little bit. Not sure where the forecast is for later in the game. I'm going to imagine, since the way it's been like today, we might actually see some more rain. Let me have a quick peek at the weather, and I will have a good answer for you guys on that. We have about 25 minutes to go before kickoff. I'm going to run. In fact, if I switch from Friday Harbor to Oak Harbor here. Come on. Looks like we got rain in 10 minutes, it says. So, looks like it might get a little soggy for us here in a little bit, which actually probably the Wolverines' advantage. If it gets really rainy and wet, we'll probably switch to both teams will be doing the running game, which in the past has benefited the Wolverines. It takes away the pass from the opposing team. Yeah, there's a nice big chunk of rain on its way. So rain and wind will definitely make it a ground game, as we saw in Coopville. So instead of mud, we're on artificial turf here. So won't be as muddy and gross, but still a mess. Let's see if I can get back over here. Toledo's still warming up. Alrighty, I'm going to go over here and pull up some stuff on Toledo real quick, since most of you probably don't know Toledo. I don't think Friday Harbor's played them in actually quite a long time. They're down in the District 4 division for 2B football, which is Adna, Napavine, and all those guys down south. So they have quite a few 2B teams, and it's a fairly competitive group. Let me go to their, one more second here, I'm almost there. Toledo's schedule. Yeah, they were 9-2 overall with a 4-2 in their league. They finished third in the 2B Central Division. Wins against Rainier High School, Raymond, who Friday Harbor played about 4 or 5 years ago. Stevenson, Waikiki, Onalaska. They lost to Onalaska. Beat KWCHS High School, which is in Vancouver. They beat Total Lake. Actually, that was a forfeit. Sorry, so that wasn't really a win. I mean, it's a win, but not a win. They played CCHS from Puyallup and won that game. They lost to Kalama. Beat Rainier again, and then their playoff game against Pale Ale Willapa Valley. That was this last Monday. They won that 28-14. Pale Ale Willapa Valley was our first playoff game we had in quite a while, about 4 or 5 years ago. Those kids that graduated, so I think 4 or 5 years ago for that one. So that score was 28-14. Looks like it was a pretty close game until the fourth quarter. It was tied 14-14 going into the fourth quarter. Toledo scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth to win that game. They don't have all the stats from the game posted on this website, but looked like it was a fairly even match. The Toledo team runs the wing T, which once you guys see it, you'll know why it's called the wing T. It's primarily a running offense. There is some passing out of it. There's a lot of movement inside running. Fortunately, one of the premier defenses you run against that is a 3-5-3, which is what Friday Harbor runs as their default defense. So not a lot of learning that the Wolverines had to do for the game today. More on the learning what the keys are for where the ball was going to go is probably what they spent most of the week on. Where guards are pulling, where that kind of position where you see linemen moving and expecting where the ball to go. Like I said, they're kind of built to kind of play this kind of defense against this kind of offense. Our defense works well against the wing T and the spread, and I think it was kind of decided a long time ago to do it specifically against the spread. So I just started reading text from Ken and reading text from Mike. Mike's going to be here. It says after 3 o'clock, so probably after the game starts, Mike will be along, and that'll make this a little easier for me. So go back to the Wolverines. As we know, the Wolverines are a primary running team, running kind of a modified, I don't know if you call it a wing. It's not a wing T, it's a wing I formation. So they use a fullback and a halfback, and then they use a running back at the wing position, and then they run a wide receiver out on the edges. So it's primarily a run-style offense with some pass mixed in. As everybody knows our team, we pass about maybe 4 to 5 times per game, sometimes more. It just really depends on the situation. With you over here, you can see the Wolverines warming up at the far end of the field. So that's kind of what we can expect today. Should be good matchups as far as what both teams try to do on the field. They've kind of seen it before on both sides. So I think we're going to really get down to who had a good week of practice, who's listening to their coaches, and how well players execute, which is usually any game is all on how players execute. Sorry, I'm kind of juggling handsets here. Hold on 1 second. All right. And glasses. Oh, all right, so let me go through the sponsors again here real quick. I lost my page. Come on. Okay, here we go. All right, so Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tyrant is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full building supply center. Also brought to you by Banner Bank, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance, and the Tammy Cotton Agency, American Legion. Boy, I should start drinking water right now. It's going to be a long game. Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Friday Harbor Electric, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Insulation, BladeRestoration.com, Star Excavation and Septic, and Island Petroleum Services. And it'll be interesting filming up here today because they actually have a pretty full, fancy stadium here with a 6-box press area, and I'm in one of them. And the only drawback to using a press box is usually these windows frames, which I'll show you, the one on the right here, and then the one on the left. So you kind of got to get through those with the camera. So there may be a chance that we might have a dead spot in the play here or there. I think Mike and I will work out a plan when he gets here of how to maybe slide the camera down depending which end of the field the game's on. But other than that, it should be a pretty decent view of the game. There are a couple posts holding up the roof, but that's normal for most stadiums nowadays. Alrighty, we got about 18 minutes left. Oh, I'm supposed to add Inner Island Propane as a sponsor on our list here. So let me update my talking points here. So welcome aboard Inner Island Propane. Oops. Alrighty. So I'll run through that again then. So Friday Harbor Tiny TV presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center. Thank our sponsors, Banner Bank, Blade Resurrection.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Tony's Terrific Carpet Care, Farmers Insurance, and then Tammy Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Friday Harbor Electric, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Installation, Star Excavation and Septic, Island Petroleum Services, and Inner Island Propane. All right. Got that squared away. Give you a little shot of the Wolverines having a little huddle down there. So super nice facility here. Like I said, I was just talking to the Oak Harbor people. This field was installed the third week of this season. So Oak Harbor started on the road, and they finished getting the field in before their first home game, which is the third game of the season. And then they put this lovely track down a few games later. So this whole field and track assembly is brand spanking new. They got a nice visitors side, which we're kind of not using today because it's Friday Harbor fans, usually about 20 or 30 of us, and then the Toledo fans, which there's not a lot of here at the moment. I don't think I can tilt down that far. There's a Toledo group. So there's not a whole lot of people here just because of the travel involved. I think for Toledo it was a 3.5 hour, 4 hour drive to get up here. And, of course, we have to take the ferry and drive down, so it kind of evens out on the time-wise. Alrighty. Sorry, I'm doing a one-man show again, so I'm trying to reply to a couple texts and as well as try to do the pregame at the same time without any notes because I really didn't make any because I thought Mike was going to be here and he'd have the notes. So, kind of doing 4 things at once here. So back to the pregame here. Like I said, teams should be evenly matched. I don't think the records really reveal how good the teams are. Friday Harbor played a lot of 1A teams this season, which have a larger student population and more students to draw from. I don't think Toledo plays a lot of 1A teams. There's a lot of 2B teams down there to play between the public schools, and there's a few private schools too. So they are usually playing schools of similar size and player drop. But we had a good season for Friday Harbor this year, even against the 1A teams. We didn't pull a lot of wins in, but they were tough games, and the Wolverines played hard. I'm pulling up another sheet here. Hold on one sec. Get you some stats from our season. These headphones are interfering with my glasses as well, which makes this more difficult. All right. If I go here and click on that. Oops. So for the Wolverines this year, their out-of-conference game, their 1A games, was loss at South Woodby. That was loss at home against South Woodby. That was 26-13, which was actually a pretty close game until the end of the game. Granite Falls, they lost 38-15. That was a lot of turnovers for the Wolverines in that game. I want to say the ball went on the ground or intercepted 9 times, and we got, I think, 3 of them back. So we had about 6 or 7 turnovers in that game. Division game, we beat LeConner that week. Our out-of-conference win was Seton Catholic from down in the area where these guys or Toledo's from. And then Coopville, we won that game. That was a division game. Then we played South Whitby again, which was supposed to be our bye week. They needed a team to play for homecoming, so we filled in for them, and they beat us 34-14 down there. Then we lost at home against Bellingham, 22-9. Beat LeConner and then beat Coopville to seal up the division and get the playoff spot. So overall, we went 5-4 this season. Beat one 1A team and lost those other games to 1A teams, and that's kind of the Wolverines never. You look at some of the scores, you think, oh, they got blown out in those games, but the Granite Falls game is the one that kind of really looks that way, and that was all turnovers. To be honest, we turned the ball over so many times. I think Granite Falls started inside our 50 or 40, at least 9 of those 10 turnovers. So giving teams a short field, there's really not much you can do there as the game gets longer and longer. The only game I really felt like we were kind of outmatched was the second South Whitby game. We had 4 or 5 kids that were injured at that point, and it was just kind of a fill-in game for us. It wasn't on the schedule and plan, so I think there might have been a little bit of a lag there from the players on that particular game. Like I said, Toledo, they went 9-2, lost only their 2 division games, so they had a pretty good season for themselves over there. Let's see. Yeah, so they had a pretty decent season for themselves. They had 1 forfeit win. Their first game of the season, they won. Where's that at? There it is. Their first win of the game was 34-0. Their second their loss to Kalama was 36-7. Their other win against CCHS was 48-32. Total Lake was the forfeit. They beat Kingsway Christian 56-22. They lost to Onalaska 36-6. They beat Waikikum 44-17. Stevenson High School in Stevenson, Washington, they beat them 47-12. And then they beat Raymond 39-8. And then the end of the season before they played Pella Willapa was a close match with Rainier. It was 48-42. So that was a closer game. So, they kind of had a similar season as us. They kind of had a few more wins in their against some 2B teams and our 1A matchups, but looking at their scores, they're not super crazy. Let's see. So those are the Wolverines warming up over there. Let's see if I can get a little zoom here. There we go. So I'm going to have to zoom in a little more, too, today on this broadcast just because we're so far from the field. So I'll try to keep the shaking and jostling to a minimum, but should be okay. Since technically we're the home team today, we will provide in the chain gang. And over there I see Dave Rude for sure. And I think, is that a geyser, I think? I'm not sure. I can't see that far. Maybe I'll get a little text and see who's doing the chain gang. We can give him a shout out. All right, so I'll wait to hear back on that. Okay. Watch the Wolverines warm up a little bit. So it looks like the chain gang is going to be Dave Rude, Michaela Geyser, and Lauren Geyser are going to be doing the chains for us today. Way over there on the far side, right there, talking to the officials now. They always like to go over all the rules and what they want to see from you as a chain person. You're technically part of the officiating crew, so they like to tell you not to cheer. Always listen to them when signaling a first down. Don't watch the plays. Look at them, because if you actually watch an official during a game, they're kind of all communicating with each other all the time. And while the side judge may signal it's a first down, they'll signal it to the white hat, and then the white hat will signal back, and that's when they give the decision to move the chains. So you always have to wait because if there's a penalty or something comes up, they don't want the chains moved, so they know exactly where they were, so they can start figuring out penalty yardage or repositioning. And here's the announcement from our announcer for the game. I'll let him talk.
For the opening round of the 2021 Class 2B football playoffs. This afternoon, representing 2B Central League, the Riverhawks from Toledo High School. They'll take on the pride of the San Juans, the Wolverines from Toledo. As we are inside of 8 minutes before we kick off this contest, a reminder that attendance to this facility and this event is a privilege. We encourage good sportsmanship and full support of the student athletes, coaches, staffs, and officials officiating this afternoon's game. We thank you so much for your cooperation and support. Let's introduce the starting lineups. Starting offense for the Toledo High Riverhawks. At running back, number 16, St. Rainey. Quarterback, number 2, Wyatt Knapp. At running back, number 3, Justin Phillip. Wide receiver, number 7, Aiden Umbriaco. Tight end, number 12, Carson Olmstead. At running back, number 32, Bryson Prosper. At right guard, number 50, Ethan McElney. Left tackle, number 52, Connor Gilbreth. Left guard, number 60, Damian Soto. At center, number 75, Jaya Tilton. Starting at right tackle for Toledo, number 77, Josh Hill Tilton. The starting offense for the Friday Harbor Wolverines. At quarterback, number 7, Dylan Robertson. Wide receiver, number 12, Jackson Waldron.
I got that one wrong. That was my own name.
Number 14, Connor Haynes. At wingback, number 30, Pierce Clyde. At tailback, number 34, Wiley McCutcheon. Right tackle, number 54, Jeffrey Holt. Right guard, number 56, Jack Mason. Center, number 63, Gavin Garcia. Number 77, left guard, Tate Kaiser. Head coach of the Toledo High School Riverhawks is Mike Christensen. Assistants Mike Roy.
All right, so there's the introductions. Our coaches are next.
Michael Roy, Matt Gall, and Don Shaplow. Cheer advisor, Heidi Bundy. Cheerleaders, Macy Ball, Marissa Ball, Raina Beaver, Peyton Cross, Areli Sanchez, and Cece Velasquez. Athletic Director of Toledo High School, Brady Fallon, Principal Martin Hoffman, Superintendent of Toledo Public Schools is Chris Russ. For the Friday Harbor Wolverines, head coach Ron Howe, assistant coaches Shannon Plummer, Daniel McKay, Rick Morris, Gavin Mason, cheerleaders, Captain Izzy Graham, co-captain Haley McCutcheon, Ava Sanabria, Brennan Krause-Smith, Captain Bella Andrews, co-captain Lily Turnbull, Jasmine Ewan.
All right, we're heading out for the coin toss now.
Bureau, Paloma Waldron, Madison Mueller, and Nakaya Midler. Cheer coaches Stacey Root and Ida Carlshagen, along with Leah Tucker Bell. The principal at Friday Harbor High School is Mark Yablowski, athletic director Ron Howe, and the superintendent of Friday Harbor School District is Fred Woods.
All right, we'll go over the coin toss right now. It's like
Referee is Mark Johnson. Umpire Brad Clark. Linesman Gordon Terpstra. Line judge DJ Dubasai. Dubisiak. And back judge Dave Donnelly.
looks like Toledo's going to be receiving. We won the toss, and we've deferred. So they should be kicking off here to, oops, there's the chair again. Kicking off to Toledo here in just a moment. We're going to be on the left side of the field. Toledo will be on the right side, and then we'll kind of go from there.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise? Gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Alrighty, so there's the national anthem. Friday Harbor High School Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny Radio is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center. Banner Bank, BladeRestoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Tony's Terrific Carpet Care, Farmers Insurance, and the Tammy Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Friday Harbor Electric, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Insulation, Star Excavation Septic, Island Trund Services, and Inner Island Propane. So here we go, get ready to start the game here. Wolverines will be kicking from the left, going to the right. And there's our first post holding up the roof right there, of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Victor Velasquez back to kick. It's like Toledo's running two deep men in the back. The ball falls off the tee. So they get one more shot at that before someone has to hold it. And here's the kick. Short kick, fielded there on the 40, tackled on the 44-yard line. So Toledo ball on the 44. And here we'll get to see our first shot at what the Toledo offense looks like.
Ethan Brooks on the return for Toledo.
So if you see at the top there, they run a wing back like ours, but ours goes in motion, theirs stays there. So there's the handoff around, right through the middle of the Wolverines, down to, oh, he's still up, and now they get him tackled down on the 30-yard line, it looks like. So if you saw, the running back was on the left side of the quarterback. He came across with a handoff and then followed the far wing back as well as the pulling guard through the hole there, cut back down to the middle. So here's first down on the 30. Fumble. Looks like the Wolverines got it. So that's a fortuitous move on defense there, since that first play for Toledo was for 10, 20, 30, 40 yards, 35 yards. All right, so Wolverines on the turnover. They'll take over here first and 10 on the 30. Here come the Wolverines to the ball. Here comes the motion from Klein. There's a snap, inside run. Connor Haynes gets maybe a yard. Didn't get very far there. Second down, and we'll say 9 to go.
Connor Haynes on the run.
So it looks like we've got Cody Anderson is in at the what would be the fullback position. Wiley McCutcheon is out at the wide receiver position, so we'll kind of keep an eye on those situations. Here's the snap. They're handoff to Connor Haynes. Are on the right side. He gets 4 or 5 yards right by this post. So it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 5. All right, here the Wolverines the ball. Wiley McCutcheon's back there behind that post. Here's Pierce Klein in motion. Snap. Looks like we got a false start penalty here.
Whistle blows, flags fly, plays dead.
So that'll back us up 5 yards back to the 30. So we'll be 3rd and 10 on the 30. So we got another full 10 to go here. 3rd down for the Wolverines. There's no motion on that play. Going a pass play. He's looking to throw downfield. Just missed I think that's a tight end, Nathan Posenjak. So close play there. I'm going to guess the Wolverines are going to punt here. 4th and 10 on their own 30. Looks like Dylan Roberson's out. That means probably going to punt.
4th and 10 on the Wolverines 30.
All right, so the Wolverines line up on the ball. And we got the punter back. They're putting it back on man to receive. He's back on the Toledo 40 for the punt. Give you a little bit there. You can see the edge of the punter. Here's the kick. Pretty decent kick. Oh, good bounce. Went out at the 38 of Toledo, looks like. So we got, well, they're on 39. 1st and 10 for Toledo on their 39. So 3 and out for the Wolverines on that false start penalty. That really added 5 to the mess they had to pick up. So here's Toledo's second chance with the ball. Okay. Yep, so running 2 wide receivers to our side. No wing back this time, but 2 running backs in the backfield. There's a pitch to the far running back, and he is tackled down by Connor Haynes. Great play there. It's a loss of 4 on the play, so that's going to be 2nd and 14 to go. So that will be 2nd and 14 on the Toledo 35. Excellent read by the Wolverines. So they are back in their wing formation. Let's see what kind of motion they're going to run out of this. Nope, stays in position. Quarterback keeper, almost tackled from behind by Pierce Klein. Cuts it back up through the middle, keeps running. Gets up to close to the first down, I think 2 yards short. So maybe 1.5 yards short. So it's going to be a 3rd and a long yard to go for the first down for Toledo on their own 48. Man in motion across. Here's the snap right up the middle. Gets through the Wolverine linebackers. Gets up to looks like the 44. One side just saying 44, one saying 43. So it's going to be the 43-yard line of the Wolverines for 1st and 10.
Tackle by number 14, Connor Haynes for Friday Harbor. It's 1st and 10 Toledo on the Wolverines 43.
They move the wing back to our side for Toledo. There's the handoff right up the middle. Just maybe a 3 or 4 yard gain. Let's see where he fell down on the ground. Pretty generous spot there. It's like a 6-yard run. 7-yard run. So it'll be 2nd and 4 to go for Toledo. Here's that post again. And we're going to hand off on this side. Tackle behind the post. Looks like he got 1 yard on the play, 2 yards on the play. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 on the Wolverine 35.
Ready. On the run for the Riverhawks. Connor Haynes on the snap for the Wolverine. 3rd down and 2. On the 20, Harbor 35.
Here's Toledo. They're going to be a wide receiver down here by the post for us. Wing back on the far side, 2 running backs in the backfield. Here's the handoff. Nope, it's keeper again. He's back there. He's got a couple of lead blockers, breaks a tackle. He's heading down and gets tackled on the 4-yard line, it looks like. So another big run for Toledo. That actually puts him down on like the 5-yard line. Nope, 10-yard line, sorry. So 10-yard line is where they ended up with the tackle. It'll be 1st and goal on the 10. I'm going to move the camera over a little bit so we're missing that window frame. Turn down the brightness a little bit. All right, so here we've got 1st and goal for Toledo. Here's a quick snap. They're going to blow a whistle there. I think we had false start on Toledo. So it's going to be, we're going to move back 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and goal on the 15 of the Wolverines. We've got 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in this quarter. Go through the sponsor quick. Brown's Home Center, the only fully serviced home center on the island. Banner Bank. BladerExtraction.com. Purple and Gold Booster Club. Tony's Terrific Carpet Care. Farmers Insurance. And Tammy Cotton Agency. And here the Toledo is up for the snap. There's the snap. It's keeper again from the quarterback. He's rolling this direction. Looking like he's going to run. He gets to the edge. Gets to touchdown, it looks like. Wow. That was kind of some blown coverage from the Wolverines there. Oh, it was a flag, though. My mistake. Some laundry back here, so I'm going to guess there's going to be a hold, considering where the flag's at. I thought that looked a little too easy to get a touchdown like that against the Wolverines. Yep, holding call against defense. Really? That can't be on Friday Harbor. We're marking them back. There we go. Now we got it right. Holding on Toledo. So we're going to mark them back 10. So we're going to come back here. It's going to be 2nd and a whole lot of goal now. So we're second and goal on the Wolverines 28. So let's see. We're gonna let this run through on this play, and we'll do some sponsors here in just a second.
Thanks for holding down the fort for us, John. I'll crunch down here for a minute.
Yeah, I'm getting you some more cord here too. There you go.
Just enough to hang myself with.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Where are we? It's first, and is it goal?
It can't be first. That's third down. It can't be.
Well,
first
they've
down.
had 2 penalties.
Yeah,
they had the false start.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. It is. So it's first and goal on the Wolverines.
Or should it be second? Because
28.
Well, yeah, they had a false start, and then
Yeah. So first and goal on the Wolverines 28. Here's the snap. It's a double reverse. Wolverines sniff it out easily, make the tackle right in the middle of the field, looking like a no gain.
Number 30 for the Wolverines was not fooled on that play at all. Pierce Klein for the Wolverines. And may have picked up a yard on that, John.
Yeah, nah, it's on the 28. Is it 20? You're right. They marked the 27.
Yeah,
so they gave him a yard.
Yeah.
Forward progress.
So, yeah, but the Wolverines did a good job jamming up the middle on that one.
All right, Toledo up to the ball. They got the 2 wide receivers on the far side, 2 running backs in the backfield. Here comes the snap. And quarterback's going to keep it. He's looking back to pass. He's going to hold on it, and he passes at the last minute right down into the end zone for what looks like a touchdown.
And the Wolverines got caught peeking into the backfield. And the thing is, that's the thing about a quarterback that can run. He picked up that touchdown over here to the side. So the Wolverines were peeking into the backfield, kind of let the defender leak out behind him, or excuse me, the receiver to leak out behind him for that, because you have to respect the run.
Oh, well, but you got to play your man to the end when you're doing pass coverage.
Yeah, but you can understand.
Yeah.
Anyway, Wolverines trail now 6-0. Here comes the extra point. Kick is up and end over end.
Just makes it through.
Yeah.
Right out the shed.
All right, the Wolverines trail Toledo 7-0. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, Banner Bank, Blade Restoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance, and the Tammy Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Limited Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Island Petroleum Services, Friday Harbor Electric, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Installation, Star Excavation and Septic, and Island Petroleum Services. And they're making today's game possible, John, and really can't thank you enough for what you have done this season, to bring all of these games. I know you have some skin in the game out there, or maybe some flesh and blood in the game, but we certainly do appreciate everything that you do for the program, for being outside during the home games, with the chain gang to all of that stuff. You're a pillar in the community and with the Wolverine program. So I know that I speak for everybody that has followed, and our numbers are way up this year.
Oh, yeah? Good deal.
We are in the 500 viewers a game. So
nice.
The people have talked to me a lot about how much they appreciate you.
Where'd that go? There it
End
is.
over end kick taken by the Wolverines out to the 35, across the 40, breaks free, across the 50, and out of bounds in the Toledo territory at the 49. And could you see who that was? 54. That is Jeffrey Volk. Speaking of skin in the game, flesh in the game, flesh and blood. He looked really good there, and you can see that running back / offensive lineman. It looked like he was thinking, do I take a knee or do I punish somebody? And he punished. And Wolverines, they're going to mark the ball right at midfield.
All right, so here's the Wolverines up to the ball. Still got Wyoming catching at wide receivers. Pierce Klein, no motion for Pierce Klein. Toss back to Connor Haynes. He cuts up, gets inside. Looks like a 4-yard gain for the Wolverines.
They're going to give him 3 on that.
Bad spot.
Yeah. Looked like they had the Pac-12 refs from the Huskies game last week.
They're thorough. I like they spent 5-10 minutes with the chain gang, so they're being thorough today. I like that.
All right. We have I formation for the Wolverines.
2nd and 7 to go here. No motion again. Oh, there it is, the last second. And snap. Looking back the pass, right across the middle, right in and out of the hands of Wiley McCutcheon. Easy first down there if he hangs onto that ball.
And are you hearing a chant by the defense?
I didn't hear it actually. It's hard to hear with the headphones on.
Take an ear off and listen to the defense, as it should be disconcerting signals. But as the Wolverines are doing it, the defense is shouting "Ho and shift" or something like that. Listen.
3rd down for the Wolverines. Looks like no motion from the Wolverines. Fake toss. Back to pass. Going across back the field to Connor Haynes. He catches it. Got a little bit of yardage there, but not much. Maybe back to the 45-yard line of Toledo.
We're going to give him 2 yards.
So we're looking at 4th and 5 for the Wolverines here. I have a feeling they're going to go for it, considering where they're at on the field.
Yes, and he walks back to the 45. So 4th and 5 Wolverines. Knowing the gunslinger mentality of Brock Houck, I think that Wolverines will be going for it. I think he trusts his players, trusts his systems. He wants to get them used to doing this.
All right, so 4th and 5 for the Wolverines. Here comes the snap. Klein's in motion. Quick little fake handoff. They're going back to pass again. Here's the pass to Posenjack, and he makes the catch for a first down. Gets down to the Toledo 29. So 1st down for the Wolverines.
And the Wolverines convert on 4th and 5. Yeah, so that's a nice time to pull out a pass play like that to Posenjack. He's an important part of that offense. He's come up with a lot of big plays this season.
There you go, 17 yards on the pass play, according to the announcer. Wolverines are up to the ball. 1st and 10 to go on the Toledo 29. Let's see what Wolverines have in the store here. No motion again. Here's the handoff to Connor Haynes. Didn't get much from that hole there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard.
They're going to put him down to the 27. One guy's going to put him down to the 29.
Yeah, we've already had a few of those.
So maybe let's put this on the 28.
Yeah, splitting the difference, I think. That's like the 3rd time that's happened where we've had one side judge do one mark and one side judge do the other. But, they work together. That's the whole idea.
Yeah. As long as they point first down when it is a first down. There's a timeout on the field. Can't tell who it's taken by. It looks like it's going to be on the Wolverines. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, Island Petroleum Services, Star Excavation Septic, Pacific Rim Installation, Miller Drywall, San Juan Surveying. And, John, the Wolverines started out. They won the coin toss. They deferred. What happened in the just for those who are just joining us.
Yeah, so Toledo had the ball first. They run the wing tee, which I kind of talked about in the pregame. It's a heavy running offense, but you can pass out of it. There's a lot of trick motion in the middle. You got to watch pulling guards. Who's getting the ball? Is it the keeper? First play, I think, was 35, 40 yards. Got him down inside Wolverine territory. The next play was a fumble just after the handoff, and the Wolverines recovered the ball. So Toledo's first drive, they fumbled. The Wolverines got it, did a 4-and-out, then punted. And Toledo then worked down again and got that first touchdown. So we're on the 2nd possession for the Wolverines. Right now, they seem to be driving the ball well.
And what are Toledo's colors?
They're white and black.
Okay.
And red, so it's kind of like Hoopville, I guess, is the same color scheme.
All right.
I think they wear black at home. All right, here's the snap. Toss to Connor Haynes. He's looking, he's cutting in. Turns around backwards, gets a few yards, but I think we're going to have a holding call on the Wolverines. The side judge threw a flag from over here.
And you could kind of see that when he found that hold. You saw a jersey being pulled, and so that kind of was a little bit of a dead giveaway. We are here at Oak Harbor High School, John, the last time I was here, I was probably in 4th grade. We were here for a jamboree when I was living in Blaine, and I thought Oak Harbor was an Irish town, O''Carber. But it is actually Oak Harbor, like Friday.
Oh, look
Harbor.
at that. So we were totally wrong on that penalty call. We were thinking it was a holding on the Wolverines. It's a personal foul on Toledo.
Okay, well, I wonder if maybe something that was going on in there was a face mask that kind of spun him, because it didn't look like it was actually a true spin move. He just kind of got spun around and then he backed down.
Well, we're still talking about it here. Let's see what they do.
The Wolverines, it should be after the play or as a part of the play and an automatic first down.
Well, the yardage is a first down no matter what, so.
And they're pointing that is on Toledo.
Yeah,
it looks like they're saying that the foul occurred on the 21-yard line.
So we're going to march off 15 from there then.
So it's going to be half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, that's right, half the distance because it's inside the 20.
So here we go. The ball is being spotted just outside the 10-yard line, so the Wolverines can get a first down.
That's the worst
inside the 1.
All right, so I'm going to like a full zoom here for everybody. It might be just a little blurry, but it's way at the other end of the field, so. It's that or we're not going to see it. So first and goal here for the first and 10 of the Wolverines. They have a chance at a first down here. Let's see. We're getting the down box all squared. All right, so here comes the play. No motion again from the Wolverines. Here's the toss back to Wiley McCutcheon. He bounces outside but doesn't get anywhere. I think he might have lost a yard on the play.
Brings up 2nd and 11, and the Wolverines trail 7-0 to Toledo. This is the first round, or is it considered a crossover game?
Well, so the announcer said it was the first game of the playoffs, and I kind of feel that's kind of what it is. In the past, you went straight into the 32-team bracket, and I think this year there's kind of regional playoff games, and then they're going to dump into a 16-team bracket.
Yeah. So
it's 16-game bracket.
Yeah, so this isn't actually a seeded game.
Right.
They have picked up teams that I thought had identical RPIs.
So here we go, 2nd and 12 for the Wolverines. Here's the snap, and it's a handoff to Connor Haynes. He's moving around the far right. It's like he's got the edge, and here's the post, and he's in for the touchdown.
Connor Haynes, he just beat 2 defenders to the pylon and puts the Wolverines within striking distance of 7-6. And that was a drive where the Wolverines converted on 4th down, John, on a pass play.
Definitely.
Which is a break of tendencies for the Wolverines. It looked like it was going to be a power run, which they got out of that play right there.
Right.
I think it was a similar situation. It was 2nd and 11. Wolverines get the touchdown and the extra point coming up.
Victor Velasquez for the extra point, and it looks like it's good. So as I don't point the camera up again.
the Wolverines come away. They have tied the game up here in the first quarter. There's 2:41 to go in the first quarter. And the Wolverines are tied in the first round of the playoffs to the Toledo, I want to say Mud Hens.
No, it's Riverhawks.
The Mud Hens are the Toledo.
I know. The Riverhawks, I'm pretty sure.
But hey, I mean, they're similar. Mud Hens, Riverhawks. Anyway, Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Browns Home Center, the Island's only full-service building supply center, Banner Bank, BladeResurrection.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance, and the Tammy Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, and Lemon Computers. The field out there is very much like Husky Stadium was a few years ago, with a gold base with a purple team name, Oak Harbor Wildcats. This is the stadium that we are at. Wolverines are tied with Toledo, and believe it or not, John, in a running game, we are still in the first quarter.
Yes, there's been a few penalties and a couple of drop passes that's kind of managed to keep the clock stopped. All right, Wolverines to kick off. Here's Victor Velasquez. Kick is up. It is down kind of in the...
Takes it at the 14.
Yeah, it was way back there. Sorry, I didn't move the camera down far enough. Runs the ball up. He's tackled on the Toledo 35 by Jack Mason. So Toledo's going to take over here, 1st and 10 on their own 35. They didn't need the numbers. I've watched that kid play for 10 years. So there's some of these kids I don't have to look at the numbers at all.
And that was the thing that when I used to go to the practices and watch, I used to be able to just not even have to look at who it is, just know the body types.
Yeah. All right, so here's the Toledo on their first snap. It's going around the far side there. It's kind of bouncing it outside. He gets way outside of the Wolverines. Heading down the field, missed tackle. He's going, looks like he's going to make it all the way down out at the 10 or 15. We'll see where they mark him at.
The Wolverines stayed out of a horse collar on that play right there. That was a smart move. Sometimes you take that penalty, but not on a horse collar. We saw Saints quarterback go down, not on a horse collar, but on a tackle from behind.
Well, and that's why that rule exists, is that injury, it can be really bad for the because of that position.
About a 65-yard run. Wolverines backed up on their own 15-yard line.
There's a middle handoff, come around the far side, makes Wolverines miss tackles. Now they finally got him. Gang tackle him on the 10.
Pickup of 5 yards. They're going to give him actually forward progress down to the 8. They're going to give him 8 yards on that carry. Ball is spotted at the 8-yard line. Wolverines tied with Toledo with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, the first round of the WIAA 2B playoffs.
All right, so here they're going 2 wide receivers on the far side, so no wing back for the Toledo Riverhawks. Here's the handoff right up the middle. Actually, it was a keeper by the quarterback. Looks kind of like there was a little scrum there, like the ball bounced out.
It looked like it was miscommunication there. I thought he was going to give a handoff, and the guy didn't take it, so he
kind of kept – that's what I thought, too. I think it was going to be a handoff, and he just kept it.
It was very awkward looking. Wolverines sub out in a goal line formation.
Should be
first and goal.
Yeah, first and goal for Toledo.
Ball is at the 4-yard line of the Wolverines.
So they're going to 2 wide receivers again on the far side, 2 running backs in the backfield. It's a quarterback keeper right off the bat. The line surges forward, and he gets the touchdown.
Wyatt Neff just goes into the end zone, virtually untouched. He put his hand in the back of his lineman and just said go right through the middle. There was no wing in that touchdown.
No, there was not. All right, so here comes the extra point from Toledo.
They took about a minute on that drive.
Well, that 65-yard play doesn't take much time off the clock, does it?
Yeah. So they started at their own 35. So it was about a 50-yard carry, then the 4-yard touchdown.
So Toledo's going for 2 here. They've got 2 wide receivers on our side and 2 running backs in the backfield. Here's the snap. They gave it. It's quarterback keeper again. Right up the gut. I think he did not get in the end zone.
They were marking him short.
So no good on the extra point. So it's only 13-7.
So that's a good result coming off of a big run to hold them 2-6. And Shannon Plummer is... and we're also going to thank MEM Enterprises for sponsoring. And... like to thank all of our sponsors: Island Petroleum Services, Star Excavation and Septic, Pacific Rim Installation, Miller Drywall, San Juan Surveying, Friday Harbor Electric, Inter Island Petroleum Services, and Banner Bank. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center. 1:21 to go in the first quarter. John, it is a 13-7 deficit for the Wolverines. And tell me when they have given up 13 points in the first quarter.
Well, I can't really.
I think I was in diapers.
No, that Grand Falls game, they had 13 in the first quarter.
I think they had 25 in the first quarter.
That was a lot of turnovers, too.
Yeah.
This is just big plays. That's a big difference. All right, so here's Toledo to kick off. Here's the kick.
Staying away from Volk, kicks the ball out of bounds.
Kicks out of bounds at the 30, so that'll come bring the ball to the 35.
They're going to put him. They're going to mark it at the 37. So the Wolverines will take the spot. Now, one guy is at the 37, and somebody else is at the 33.
We got a big.
So if it's at the 33, the Wolverines will take the ball at the 35.
That's usually the way you work that.
Or they're going to mark it a 5-yard penalty. So, okay.
Whatever works out the best for the Wolverines.
Yeah, so the ball will be spotted at
The
the
38.
Wolverines' 38-yard line,
we're
where
in.
they would start 1st and 10. Wolverines' third drive. Last one they converted a 4th down, and they were able to end up punching it into the end zone.
All right, so the Wolverines at the ball. I got a little post in the way, so it's hard to see in the motion. Here's Klein in motion. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Connor Haynes, right up the middle of that whole mess of Toledo players. Lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're going to actually they're going to give him a yard. But anyway,
He went under the pile.
yeah. He did that Walter Payton stretch.
Yeah, slide under. Yeah.
Put the ball out. All right. Clock is running under a minute. Wolverines with 2nd and 9.
All right, so here the Wolverines the ball. Wiley McCutcheon's the wide receiver on the far side. Here's Klein in motion. It's a snap. It's a drop back for a pass. Dylan Roberson avoids the players, throws on the run. It's not caught by Wiley. He almost had it in and of his hands, but there was a flag in the backfield.
Their defensive backfield
Yeah,
is where
in
the
the
flag
defensive
is.
backfield. So I'm going to say that's probably going to be a holding call on the Toledo. Usually that's where that flag's at.
Yes, it's right at the 46-yard line between the 46 and 47. So they're discussing it and holding. The post might be blocking you, but it was a holding on Toledo.
No, I got that.
Okay, holding on Toledo. So the Wolverines should have an automatic first down. They're going to come out. They were in the huddle. The Wolverines completely.
Yeah, I didn't care.
Yeah, they completely missed it. There was a penalty. They already have the play call, and that's what I like right there, because there's 33 seconds. This is a first down.
Yep.
The clock will stay stopped, and the Wolverines already have the play call, so we're going to have 1st and 10, and they can go up there. And if they can go with quick snap, Toledo hasn't really bothered to call their defensive play.
Yeah, I would be in your interest just to run this play real fast. I mean, there's 33 seconds left in this quarter, so that's what the referee is doing now. He's making sure everybody's on the same page before they wind this ball.
Clock will start as soon.
Well, it shouldn't. It was on penalty though. It shouldn't start till a ball gets snapped, right? So.
Well, yeah, sometimes I get different.
I think they're waiting for this. They were giving Toledo a chance to substitute. That's what they were doing. All right, so here comes the snap. No motion from Klein. Toss to Connor Haynes, the backfield. Cuts up, gets maybe a yard.
And the way that Toledo is flooding as soon as the ball is handed off to one side, the Wolverines could be setting up for a reverse, because everybody on Toledo is selling out wherever the Wolverines look like the ball is headed.
I don't even think it needs to be reversed. A naked bootleg would do the same thing. I mean, anything coming the other direction.
Either way.
Yeah. So here's 2nd and 9 for the Wolverines. No motion. Oops. There's the end of the quarter. So there you go. Quarter's over.
I was like, I didn't see a false start. Here I'm talking about how little time is left on the clock.
Well, the nice thing is, for us and everybody else, there's a 1-yard movement here for the whole kit and caboodle, so we don't have to move
They're
the
going
camera
to
or
flip
anything.
ends of the field.
Yeah, so that's going to take all of 1 yard.
And we're going to have some Led Zeppelin going.
Nothing wrong with that.
Immigrant song.
Get the lead out. So as you were commenting on the field, I covered in the pregame, this field is brand new.
You don't say.
So they started on the road because the field wasn't done. It was done for the 3rd game of the season.
You know what? I do actually remember that. Good-looking facility. This press box, I cover Huskies games up in the press box, and this is
It's nice.
yeah. It's every bit as
I haven't
nice.
turned the lights on yet.
Yeah, it's every bit as nice as Husky Stadium. Good-looking purple and gold turf out there in the end zones. Wolverines trail 13-7. The Wolverines will have the ball to start the second quarter. It is 2nd and 9. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center. Banner Bank, MEM Enterprises, Blade Resurrection, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance and the Tammy Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Inter-Island Petroleum Services, Friday Harbor Electric, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Installation, Star Excavation and Septic, and Island Petroleum Services.
And MEM.
I did say MEM. Second one down.
All right. I had it in there anyway. All right, so here the Wolverines, 2nd and 9 from their own 49. Looks like a big false start on the far side.
Did I preempt it by expecting a false start?
I don't know, but they got one now.
Wolverines, it was actually kind of looking like it may have been a pass play, like a tight end.
Yeah, that's the person that false started. He was already going on his route. He was going on his go route.
Because it could not be an offensive lineman.
Yeah. No, he was on you could tell already on his route, he was already going to run a post route, so that's where it was going.
Wolverines find themselves 2nd and 14.
All right, so no motion from the well. There's the motion. Klein's in motion. Here's the snap, and looked like the pass is Dylan Roberson. We got a guy wide open down here, and he's got it. That's Wiley McCutcheon. He's heading straight for the corner, right behind the post, so I can't tell you if he made it.
He did. It is a touchdown, Wolverines, a 51-yard strike.
I'm leaving with the
out of the
camera
Wolverines in a pass play, John. That was a huge play by the Wolverines. 2nd and 14 coming off a false start. And we talked about somebody was going downfield.
Well, so I have a feeling that penalty set up this touchdown because they went right back to the tight end. So
yes.
Here's the Wolverines for their extra point. But after that false start, Toledo shifted a guy over to cover the tight end on the next play, and the Wolverines went to the opposite side of the field for that pass.
And Wolverines can take the lead if they can convert this extra point.
There's Victor. Kick is blocked. Oh, my.
Victor had been money all season.
Well, that's protection blocking there.
Yeah.
So they didn't quite get a good job protecting the ball on that play.
I think he was perfect on the season.
Yeah.
That's a rare special teams miscue by the Wolverines. We are tied at 13, 11:49 to go in the first half of the Wolverines against Toledo. And I appreciate all you Toledo fans that are watching online with us. We are going to be a little bit homer on the Wolverines side of things. We don't know all of your players. We do have a roster. We'll try to comment on as many of them as we can, but we are going to be a little bit homer, but it's free. You didn't have to make the trip, but we appreciate you listening. And when you come to the islands, you're going to hear about all these great companies that support and have kept us on the air, John, for 12 years. We started out as Tiny Radio, and now we've switched over to the TV. We appreciate everything that Oak Harbor has really rolled out the welcome mat for the Wolverines.
All right, so the Wolverines about to kick off here. And here's the kick, and it is up and short. Well, I went way too far with the camera. Sorry about that.
At the 36-yard line, he called for a fair catch by the up man.
Which you're allowed to do.
Yeah. So, but the Wolverines will be defending a bit of a short field, but I tell you what you learn off of that is if he's going to call a fair catch on that, kick it to him again, but about 5 yards further back and a little bit higher, and see if you can force a mistake.
Yeah, make him work for it. All right, so here's Toledo with the ball, and they are right behind the post. I'm kind of have to give you they got a wing back on our side, wide receiver on our side. Here is the snap. It's a handoff to the deep running back. He's cutting nowhere. He's tackled by, I couldn't see who made the tackle. It was
Justin Fila, the tailback. Wolverine's got some good penetration on that. He was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It is going to be 2nd and 10 at the Toledo 36-yard line.
Still kind of behind the post here, so I'm going to do my best. So we're running the wing back on the far side, wide receiver on this side. Here's the snap. It's a handoff right up the middle, and looks like the Wolverines stuffed it pretty well. Very short gain on the play.
And down, getting up off of the bottom of the play for the Wolverines, a 77 and a 70.
7-0.
7-0. So that is Tate Geiser and the German exchange student, Tim Jasper Erschmann. So hopefully we have some people listening, watching over Am Deutschland, und vielen Dank.
All right, so 3rd and 8 to go for Toledo. Here comes a snap. It's a quarterback keeper. He's rolling out on our side. Looks to pass downfield. Here's the pass. really close to the first down. I think they're going to give it to him.
The one has him stopped short. One's pointing up. They're going to move the chains. They're going to give it a first down to Toledo. A 9-yard pickup, 10-yard pickup on that play. And the ball is, where the ball is spotted, it is about as close to a first down as you could possibly not have to measure for.
Yeah, that's pretty short to me, but whatever. Anyway, so it's Toledo's ball. Here's the snap. It's a quarterback keeper again. He goes around the far side and gets tackled by, looks like Jack Mason.
And Wyatt Neff, the quarterback for Toledo, they're going to give him no gain on the play. So they're going to bring up 2nd and 10. The Wolverines were held on that pass play in the backfield. You could see the jersey get tugged and turned, but they did not spot that. Number 7.
So 2nd and 10 for Toledo here. Here comes the snap. Got a fake handoff. It's a keeper again. He goes right into the pile of guys, comes out the other side, dodges a couple tackles, gets about a 7, 8. They're going to give him a 8-yard gain on that play.
Neff is shifty. He doesn't look like he's going to be all that shifty, but he can wiggle through a very tight, very tight hole, and he picks up 8 yards on that play. He's going to bring up 3rd and a long 2. He just said it's 3rd and 6, but
I don't think it's 6.
All
right, so here's Toledo. They're going to give us a wide receiver toward us, a wing back on the far side. There's an offside for the Wolverines. Got to watch that ball. So that's going to be a first down for Toledo.
They're going to call encroachment because a player was actually touched. That's, I think, what they mean by encroachment.
Versus offsides, yeah.
Yep. So Wolverines now get the down reset. 1st and 10 at the Wolverine 41-yard line.
Looks like the Wolverines did a little better against the run in this series. It's got to clean up the penalties like that. All right, so 2 wide receivers on our side, the wing back on the far side, so a single back in the backfield. They hand it off to him. He goes around the far side into some Wolverines. Met at the line of scrimmage.
They're going to give him 1 yard on that play.
Good play by the Wolverines.
Wrestling him down is number 50.
That's Victor Velasquez.
So he can kick off and he can kick some butt.
Yeah, that was a good read from the Wolverines. He did not get very much yardage on that play at all.
Velasquez is a freshman.
You betcha.
Freshman offensive linebacker, and
kicker. All right, so 2 wide receivers on the far side, and here's a handoff right down the middle. He cuts in, gets tackled almost immediately by
Tate Geyser.
So good play there, just a 2-yard gain on the play.
Tate left no doubt on that tackle right there. He dropped him with a purpose. Brings up 3rd and 7, maybe 8. They're going to say 7.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.
Officially unofficial at the 38-yard line.
All right, so here's Toledo again. Wingbacks on the far side. Here's the handoff right up the gut. No one there to tackle him. A big giant hole to run through. Down to the 20, now maybe the 18-yard line. Yeah, a big hole up the middle for Toledo to run through.
Roberson with a touchdown-saving tackle at the 20. Wolverines tied at 13-13, 7:20 to go in the second quarter of the first round of playoff game between Toledo and Friday Harbor.
There's Toledo for the snap. Handoff right up the middle again. Big hole again. Better job at tackling this time. Only a 3-yard gain.
They're going to give him 5 on that play right there. But the quick hitter, I don't think they want to see slow developing plays because the Wolverines are getting penetration on those. I think they're going to try a lot of quick hitters here near the goal line.
All right, so here's Toledo again. It's going to be another handoff. Nope, it's a keeper. The quarterback keeper comes around the backside of the running backs, gets about a 5-yard gain for first down, 6 yards.
It's going to be 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. And this has been a very, I don't think they've put the ball up once this drive has been all on the ground, really kind of testing the Wolverines' will on that defensive front.
Well, they're not giving up the big plays. That's the best part. Here's Toledo. They got a man in motion. They get handoff to him. He cuts in and only gets about a yard, maybe 2. They're down to the 5.
Got him down on the 5-yard line, brings up 2nd and goal from the 5. Again, if you're just joining us, we have Friday Harbor against Toledo. And, John, where is Toledo?
Toledo, I discussed this earlier, is between Centralia and one of the other small towns down there. So it's near Adna and Napavine, that whole area there, south of Centralia. Here comes the snap for Toledo. Handoff to the left side. Looks like he's into the end zone pretty easy.
And the Wolverines give up a touchdown. They 19-13. This is the Wolverines. This is a good battle because I think it's two programs that kind of mirror each other.
Right. That's what I thought about in the pregame too. They're very similar.
Yeah, you're seeing a little bit.
Running.
Yeah, you're seeing more of a wing tee and I formation, but a lot of power, a lot of misdirection. Yeah. Wolverines are without their top running back.
So it looks like Toledo's going for 2 again. Here is the snap and a handoff right up the gut, and he makes the 2-point conversion this time.
And that makes it 21-13. And I really wouldn't say that the Wolverines got pushed around on that one.
No.
You had a lot of stuff that I thought was quick hitters, kind of right up the gut type of stuff. The stuff that is really, kind of.
There's only one big run in that play. The rest of them were 4 or 5 yard clips, which that's kind of what you want to hold them to. And from a wing tee, 5-yard gains are good, but they're not like killing you. So they had a chance. They had a couple chances there to stop that drive. It just didn't quite work out for them.
Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, Island Petroleum Services, Star Excavation and Septic, Pacific Rim Installation, MEM Enterprises, Miller Drywall, San Juan Surveying. Boy, it's 70s music here tonight with Sweet Emotion from Aerosmith. They had Led Zeppelin earlier.
Yeah. So here's Toledo with the kick. Looks like they're going to the far side of the field, and it's going to be out of bounds again.
I'll tell you what, since number 70, no, it wasn't 77, what's Jeffrey's number?
54.
54, since he punished people, they've kind of stayed away from him because he was not that far away from breaking it, I didn't think.
There was like 1 or 2 left.
Yeah.
Yep, they decided to just kick it out of bounds, take it on the 35. All right, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wolverines on their own 35-yard line. So
where I think the rule is for that kickoff, if it goes out of bounds, if it's before the 35, right, it goes to the 35. It's after the 35, they add 5 to it.
All right, so here the Wolverines to the ball. Looks like Klein in motion. Here comes the snap. And it's going to be a toss to Connor Haynes. He cuts up, gets a little bit of yardage, but, better than some previous runs. So it looks like a 3 or 4 yard gain there, probably 3 yards. Nope, they're going to give him 4. So that's not so bad.
A good run there by.
So 2nd and 6.
By the Wolverines. If you can kind of do that every single.
4 yards every time is a first down. So. That's kind of what you want to do in the most running offenses, and it's exactly what Toledo did on that last drive. They were getting 4 or 5 yards every play. So here are the Wolverines, a 2nd and 6 to go. Ready for the snap. Looks like no motion this time. It's a toss this time, this way to Wiley McCutcheon. And he does not get to the edge. Runs out of, late hit out of bounds, though. We'll let that one slide, I guess.
I think it was just a little bit of a footing. I don't think it was anything really kind of malicious. They're going to give him a yard on that carry from the 40-yard line. Wolverines will have 3rd and 5.
Wolverines right back on the ball. They got the play. They're going. It's like the Wolverines are going, hurry up here. Here comes the snap. Klein in motion. Drop back. Ooh, that was close. So before I could say he was dropped back to pass, number 22. came right in from the corner and almost leveled Dylan Roberson before he got the pass off. Fortunately, he was able to kind of get it up there. So it looks like the Wolverines are going to punt. It's 4th down and 5 to go, and our punter is in. You're eating your mic, Mike.
What's that?
You're eating your mic.
I have it far away.
All right, here's the snap and the punt, and it is up and a nice long punt. It's drifting back. Oh, look at it go.
Oh, my goodness.
Get to it.
Oh, my goodness.
I think he got it. So it looks like it's going to be down on the 2.
They're going to put him at the 1 yard line, inside the 1 yard line where he downed it.
That was an excellent punt from the Wolverines.
It was one of those end-over-end kicks. And the way that he held the ball, he hit the back third of the football, and that gives it that end-over-end roll. That was absolutely textbook.
Excellent punt from the Wolverines. That's going to give Toledo horrible field position.
That will go down as a 59-yard punt.
Excellent job. All right, so that's going to leave us 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the half. Toledo is 1st and 10 on their own 2-yard line. And here comes their snap. And it's just a little quarterback sneak to get some yardage. He breaks through, and he's continuing to run the ball. He gets all the way out to, almost a 25. Wow, that's the kind of play you have to make that first tackle.
And you said they were trying to get a little bit of yardage, and they
got a lot of yardage.
Certainly did that.
So it looks like Toledo's going to hurry up now. So we are 1st and 10 on the 24. Here's the snap. He looks going to pass, but gets run down. Misses a couple tackles, and now he's down. So it's a loss of
7
on the play. So fortunate for the Wolverines, they're able to get him to trip and fall because he was coming around the backside again. There wasn't anybody else to tackle him. So that's going to bring up 2nd and a huge long. Looks like Toledo did a sub there, so they're going right back to the ball. They've got the play already. Got a wide receiver on our side, wing back on the far side, 2 running backs in the backfield. Here comes the snap. And it's a handoff. It's a reverse again, but right up the middle. So it's kind of it's not a big, long reverse you see like in a lot of games. It's a short little reverse to take advantage of the middle. You're trying to catch the linebacker switching across the field.
They're going to give him 2 yards on that play.
So it's going to be 3rd down on Toledo's 20. So it's going to be 3rd and 14, it looks like.
Was that him?
All right, so the plays come in. They're going to think about it. It looks like Toledo didn't want them to slow things down a little bit because that going hurry up didn't seem to help them too much. So we got 2 wide receivers over here, a wing back on the far side, so just a single running back. Here's the snap, handoff to the running back. He goes around the far side, gets through the 2 tackles right behind the window frame here. Got the first down to the 38.
Wolverines missed a few tackles on that one.
Yeah, they could have got him in the backfield. They just kind of missed. All right, so 1st and 10 for Toledo. Here they're back to hurry up again. It's a middle handoff right up the gut. Breaks through. He's tackled by his shoestrings by Jeffrey Volk. So it's going to be 2nd and 2 on the Toledo 47. And they're up to the play. They're going a little hurry up here. They got a pistol formation. He gives it to the running back. He's coming around our side. Got one guy to beat. Gives him a stiff arm. Gets out of it. Comes down the far side of the field. Goes out at about the 25-yard line of the Wolverines. Nope, sorry, the 35.
Justin Fila on the carry. Picks up about 20 on that right there.
So that's going to be 1st and 10 for Toledo again. And I'm going to move the camera again like that. Sorry, I'm doing my best to avoid these windows frames because every time I don't, the play is right behind the window frame. There we go. So we are 1st and 10. Here comes the it snaps right over his head. He loses the ball. It's bouncing back there, and it is down 50-yard line. So that's a loss of, what do we got here, 10, 15 yards on the play. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 25 for Toledo.
Loss goes for 15 yards.
So good break for the Wolverines there. Hopefully they can take advantage here with a defensive stop. Here's the snap. Handoff again. Actually, the quarterback keeper fooled me. He's cutting back. He blows past the Wolverines. Misses tackle, missed tackle, all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Toledo.
A 50-yard carry after it was
15-yard loss.
20 when it was 2nd and 25. He certainly, and we talked about Wyatt Neff in there. Good-looking run, just cut back on a couple of people, and that was a big difference.
There they go for their extra point. Here's the snap and the kick, and it's short. Of course, I went way too high that time. All right, so they missed the extra point. That makes the score 27-13 Riverhawks, Wolverines 13. We've got 1 minute and 33 left in the half.
Some Van Halen.
Yeah, it was going to be, wasn't it?
Yeah. All right, Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Inter-Island Petroleum Services, Friday Harbor Electric, and MEM Enterprises.
All right, so here's the Toledo to kick off. We've got 1 minute and 33 left in the half. Wolverines are down 2 scores now. And here we go for the kick. And it's a short little bouncer kick. And it got dropped and covered by the Wolverines. So that's going to give them 1st and 10 on, where are we at here?
Maxfield with the kickoff.
39-yard line. They're going to mark it on the Wolverines 39. So 1st and 10 on the 39.
1st and 10 on the Wolverines 39.
All right, let's see what the Wolverines can do here. They got 1.5 minutes to work with to try to get a score. Coming up to the ball. Here we go. Let's see if we get some motion here. Looks like no motion from the Wolverines. Fake toss. Dylan Roberson back to pass. Throws it up for Pierce Klein, who catches the ball and gets behind the post.
And he gets down at the 22-yard line, 1:22 to go. Clock is stopped on the 1st down. Wolverines quickly running up with the play. Dylan Roberson coming from the sideline. When he released that ball, I watched him sprint over to get the play.
Oh, wow.
And he's already in the huddle with the play right now. So the Wolverines in a hurry up. They're up to the line already.
So here goes the Wolverines. 1st and 10 on their Toledo 22. Here's Klein in motion. Here's the snap. It's going to be another pass play. Roberson's rolling back. He's not going to get it away. He's just going to throw the ball away. Oh.
Correction, he gets the ball
away
down to the 18 or 17-yard line of Toledo.
Looked like he was going to throw that ball away for sure. So there we go. Gain on the play of 4. So that's going to be on the Toledo 18. So second and 6 to go with 1.2 minutes left in the half. So the Wolverines are doing a good job of moving the ball and stopping the clock without having to use timeouts. Boy, a touchdown here would be great going into the half for the Wolverines. All right, here's the play. It's going to be no motion again. Here's the snap. Looking back to pass. He throws right there. Good catch. Didn't go down, just hit him. Posenjak's trying to get to the end zone. Cuts back a couple times, gets tackled. Now we're going to have to use a timeout. We've only got 50 seconds left. And they're not using a timeout. We're down to 40 seconds. The fans are yelling for a timeout. I'm saying timeout, but we're not calling a timeout. So we're down to 34. There's 34 seconds. Now we're taking the timeout.
34.7. I think they're going to put some time back on the clock. See
Boy,
if they.
Timeout. Wolverine.
I don't know. I think that's when the coach called it. All right, so we're going to get a timeout here from the Wolverines. They've got 34 seconds. They will be on the Toledo 12. First and 10. If they get to the 2-yard line, they'll get a first down. So I think they're gesturing. Yep, they are adjusting the clock. They put 45 back on it.
45 seconds remain here in the second.
So they have time here to get, I don't know, at least 3 plays off here if they manage the clock well.
Bad to the bone.
You lost your 70s streak, man.
This was had it in 1982.
Still not the 70s.
I know. I'm just trying to. I'm trying to look down there and see if the guy has the same balding pattern as me down there, because I can pull these songs right out of my hat. Wolverines first and 10. They're at the 12-yard line, so the Wolverines have.
Here comes the snap. Klein in motion. Here we go. We're looking back to pass. Oh, edge rusher almost got to him. Puts the ball in the air to the back corner of the end zone, and it is out of bounds.
But a nice catch by the Wolverines over there.
Graham Leary still made a great catch, but he was out of bounds, unfortunately, because that would have been a touchdown easily. All right, so Wolverines get another crack at it. We're 2nd and 10 on the Toledo 12. So they have another theoretically 3 opportunities here to score. More if they get a first down and can control the clock. The far side of the field is looking pretty tempting on that tight end route, so we'll see what the Wolverines do here. Here comes the snap. No motion. Almost a false start. Dylan Roberson's rolling. Passes up, and it is intercepted by Toledo. Looks like the 3-yard line. The play was there, but the ball was not thrown far enough. Number 80 for the Wolverines was open in the end zone, but the ball fell short. So the Wolverines are going back on defense. There's 30.9 seconds left in the first half.
A touchdown would have been nice there because the Wolverines get the ball to start the second half, and they could have. Yeah, they could have. So the Wolverines unable to cut the deficit. The Wolverines trail 27-13, 30.9 seconds to go in the first half of the first round of the WIA state playoffs. Looks like they're going to be in kneel-down formation.
Yeah, I think Toledo's happy just to get out of here with 2 scores ahead.
Not sure what's going on here.
Well, they're letting the clock run down.
Yeah, the way that the refs were kind of responding.
I think they're asking them if they want to run the clock out, and they're saying yes. So I think they're just going to call it right here. All right, so that's going to end the first half. Toledo Riverhawks 27, Friday Harbor Wolverines 13.
That will be the last play of the first half.
And I'm going to reset the camera.
Promising drive for the Wolverines.
Yeah, so close.
Toledo Riverhawks 27.
Well, it comes down to that last pass play. There just wasn't enough ball. It was too much arc, not enough distance on that pass. The Wolverine player was open. If it had just gone another 3 or 4 feet, that was a touchdown for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that's where you have to, as a defensive back, become a defender. Wolverines go into the locker room trailing 27-13. You are listening to Friday Harbor Tiny TV, Wolverine Sports, and it is sponsored by Island Petroleum, Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center by Island Petroleum Services, MEM Enterprises, Star Excavation and Septic, Pacific Rim Installation, Miller Drywall, San Juan Surveying, Friday Harbor Electric, Inter-Island Petroleum Services, Haley's Bar and Grill, Lemon Computers, Friday Harbor Dentistry, American Legion, Farmers Insurance, and the Tammy Cotton Agency, Purple and Gold Booster Club, BladeRestoration.com, and Banner Bank. And John, talked a little bit about you, talked a little bit about our sponsors, but to pull these games off, we've had to kind of grow with the technology that is out there. But we'd also appreciate if our listeners can go on to Facebook and share it in your groups. Share it everywhere you can. Get these sponsors. We're going to have it on the Mud Hens. Sorry, the Riverhawks cheerleaders out there. We're going to let you listen to them or watch them.
We can watch them. We can still talk. Well, this is one of those games, though, where you really want some good adjustments at halftime. I don't think either team has really dominated the game. I think the Wolverines have made more mistakes on some of their defensive plays, and that's kind of the difference in the game so far. I think they can come out if they can make some adjustments and fill those holes better on those runs. The Wolverines can easily get back in this game. It is 2 scores, but they're both running teams, so if you can play tighter D and punch through on those touchdowns, they certainly have a chance.
The thing that I like is that both teams have kind of broken tendencies and putting the ball up. This is a game that I think we thought the rain was going to be coming in sideways.
It really hasn't.
For right now, there's a bit of a breeze. You can see the flag kind of waving down in the end zone, but the weather has really not been a factor other than you haven't seen wet balls. You've seen a couple of turnovers, but it's not been weather related. It's just been miscues. It's just things like that. But these teams, it seems like they're evenly matched. Who makes the fewest errors? Yeah. If it's a turnover or making tackles. Looking at the weather coming in. We are here in this blue spot. See if you can.
It's hard to see.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, there's potential for some rain here. I thought when I started the game, I looked at this, it was going to look like it was heading that way, but it just peters out when it tries to cross the water each time. So we might stay how we are, which, isn't a bad thing. But like I said, I don't think that I think most of the Wolverines' issues are correctable. Their adjustments, they're not getting really, the score looks like they're getting blown out, but they're not. Yeah,
it's, the Wolverines have shown that they can be explosive because both of their touchdowns.
Passes.
So, that's something that I've enjoyed kind of watching Dylan Roberson grow as a passer, where earlier in the season, on some of the rollouts, he was getting dropped. In these, he's actually done a little bit of a matador move like Russell Wilson has, where he kind of looks like he's going to go one way, and then he kind of curls around to the other way, pulls the red cape back, and then he's completed some nice passes.
Yeah.
That's all you got is, yeah?
Well, it is an improvement. Like I said, that last play was a touchdown. If he got a little more distance and less up on that ball, it was easily a touch. That's what I'm saying. It could be right now. It could be a 1-touchdown game.
Yeah.
Coming out of the halftime. So they're definitely within striking distance, I think. It's just the defensive adjustments. They got to get rid of those 65-yard plays or 50-yard plays. If they can knock those out of Toledo's offense, they might be able to get some defensive stops, get some turnovers on downs, get back in the game. So,
yeah, and again, Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is not possible without all of our great sponsors, and they have stepped up year in and year out. Yes, it has worked out well for our sponsors because I've talked to several of them, and they have said that their business has definitely grown. People come in and thank them, so we do appreciate all of you helping these businesses stay in business, especially during the pandemic. So we'll keep talking about our sponsors, but John, the key to the second half is come out, get a score, and get a stop, and get a score. Somehow find a way to stop that quarterback, have a spy. He is not the biggest guy. He's not going to blow you away with his speed, but what he is going to do is make you miss inside a phone booth.
Yeah, and that's kind of where they're at now. The 2 long plays he's had, it's been exactly that. He's made that little juke move, and he's gotten past him. I think they'll talk probably more like about gap responsibility.
Yeah,
and not
overcommitting on a run.
Exactly, not stay in your zone. Watch the play. Make sure you know who has the ball.
yeah. When you see number 2 with the ball, he's 5'10", 170. Understand that he's going to read your hips.
Yeah.
If you look like you're going one way, he's going to go the other, and he doesn't waste motion when he has the ball in his hand. He can put his foot in the ground, change direction on a dime, and let you use your momentum against yourself.
Yeah, and I think that's the key. If I'm talking to the team right now for defense, is play your area, stay home more. If we do that, the play will be 4 yards instead of 50. And I think that'll be the big thing to drive home with them. If they can clean up those middle runs where they're really hitting it, then they should do better.
Yeah, and here we are, 27-13.
I'm not sure who we're playing, to be honest. I don't think they have the bracket filled out yet. Yeah. I can look, though.
All right, the Wolverines trail 27-13. We are at halftime of the playoff game between Friday Harbor and Toledo. Coming up in not very long, the Huskies kick off from a team down south, probably same distance between Eugene and Eugene and Seattle as it is Friday Harbor and Toledo. So it's going to be a lot of.
I didn't know. The thing is, I don't know what seed this is. That's the problem.
All right. Trying to figure out what the next step would be. Don't really know. It's really, it kind of gets put into a mixer, put into a blender, and see who pops out. It's going to depend on the seeds. It's going to be 16 teams. It's going to be 1 versus 16. So it's going to kind of wind up like that after this.
So that's the thing with the brackets on the WIA site. I mean, it says we can look at where we're at, but we don't know where we come out of this bracket and where it goes. It just has number 1 game, Toledo and Friday Harbor. It doesn't say who wins this game.
No, because what happens?
They have to seed us, I think, after that.
Yes, the score is the RPI. The score is going to factor into that. So for the rest of this, it's gonna need to be sort of a kind of a track meet here. The seeding committee is tomorrow, and it will be a 12-team tournament. And that knowledge comes to us by the one, the only Sam Palbarrett. Thank you for that.
So I'm looking at the bracket now. So November 12th and 13th is the next games. So there's 4 games that day, and the winner of those 4 games move on to the 19th and 20th against 4 more teams. And then the winner of those games play the opposing winners on the week of the 27th. And then the championship is December 4th.
The scheduling committee will meet tomorrow.
Right. So in the past, on this first week of November, they would have 8 games. And what they've done is they've switched a week out to this weekend we're in, where we're playing kind of some seeding games. In the past, they just dumped right into a full 16-game schedule on that one day, and then they kind of worked them from there. So they've kind of mixed it up this year for the football.
Yeah, and should the Wolverines make it through, I do not know if we will be able to announce.
Right, because they're going into the playoffs, and
so the first round this year were able to do it. It might be cost prohibitive to do it next week should the Wolverines come back from a 27-13 deficit. Shannon Plummer is already out. He can probably still address the locker room from the sideline, so he could be the first one out.
Yeah.
But Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, Banner Bank, BladeRestoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance and the Tampa Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Island Petroleum Services, Friday Harbor Electric, MEM Enterprises, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Installation, Star Excavation and Septic, and Island Petroleum Services. We are about 4 minutes from the teams coming out of the locker room. It's kind of a cool little effect down here in this one end zone where some of the leaves are kind of starting to blow onto the field, and you have the purple and then kind of a little bit of orange, and it's kind of a cool effect over here in the end. This is going to be a fun place. I think Friday Harbor will probably have a track meet here.
Think so?
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of events that are going to be hosted. Brand new facility here at Oak Harbor High School.
Yeah, definitely some state events they could do here very easily. It's a very large complex, too.
Yes, so they have full 8 lanes in track. The Wolverines are coming out of the locker room. They're not going to do their lap around the track. Sam, I know you're listening. The Wolverines, if they can make it to the next round, I'm going to rely on you to come and help out with the broadcast.
So soccer is next weekend, right?
Yeah, supposing that it's financially feasible. The Toledo has a banner coming over here. It says, "Yo, I'll be free next weekend." I think one of the cheerleaders, maybe they have a homecoming or something. Tell yo girlfriends you'll be free next weekend. Okay. I don't know what that is going to mean. It sort of looks like a Valentine's thing.
It almost sounds like they want them to lose, so they'll be free next weekend.
I know, that's kind of what...
that's about the only way I can interpret that. So that was kind of odd. But
yeah, maybe it's a hidden message. Maybe it's the... they're going to have to get some of the banner off the field. There's still a couple of pieces out there. Big number 77 down there for them. That is 5'11", 290. They have an offensive line, 6 foot 250, 6 foot 250, 5'11", 290. And then another guy that is 280. So if the Wolverines, the Wolverines are facing a very big offensive line. That's kind of concrete 2018.
Yeah, it's a good side line.
They had a couple of 300-pounders on that concrete line. And if the Wolverines end up having a soccer game that is within striking distance, if we're not able to pull off football, if there's a conflict or if there's an opportunity, we are going to work very hard at getting the Wolverine boys and girls, I believe. Here I am talking to Sam live on the air as he messages me on Facebook. But I believe both the boys and girls soccer teams are through.
Next weekend. We
will try our best to get either of those games if it is possible and financially viable. So we will keep an eye out on that. And there's a dog over here playing by himself. Oh, maybe that's his owner over there. I was like, okay, there's a white dog running around in the end zone. Did you see that moose on the field?
No.
There was a moose on the loose.
That's Montana.
In Montana. Anyway, as always, thank thank you to all of our sponsors, everybody that listens. And we're going to make sure that everybody knows. Please share where we are, what we're doing on your Facebook and anywhere you can. We are under a minute before they have to get off the field, I guess, and then they put 3 minutes on the clock, I think.
No, he wound it. The ref already looked at I think the 2 minutes is it. I think we're going to, as soon as that thing goes off, we're going to line up and go. He signaled to the booth up here, and he was ready.
Wolverines have huddled. The music goes off. Wolverines will receive the kickoff to start the third quarter. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Banner Bank, by Browns Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, BladeRestoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance, and the Tampa Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Island Petroleum Services, MEM Enterprises, Star Excavation and Septic, Pacific Rim Installation, Miller Drywall, Sale and Survey, Friday Harbor Electric, Inter Island Petroleum Services. Without those amazing sponsors, they're active in the community. These aren't just businesses. These are people who rely on you as customers. We rely on them for being able to take an afternoon off. Me to leave my duties with Sports Illustrated. I should be down covering the Huskies game today, but I am here doing something for the other purple and gold team that I keep track of.
Well, looks like we're ready to kick off here. Ball's in place. The officials are about to whistle.
He gave the Wolverines an extra point there.
Did he?
He said 27-14.
Oh, well, it's not on the board, so.
We'll take it.
Here's the kickoff. Nice high ball back to, looks like Wiley McCutcheon. He's going to come all the way across the field, looking for a lane.
And nearly able to get that edge, and that's their running back, Justin Fila.
Good tackle.
Beautiful ankle tackle. All he had to do was just kill his momentum, grab him by the ankle. Nice open field tackle there by Fila. The Wolverines will start at their own 30-yard line, John.
Let's see if we can come out and see a little more passing now. It's kind of liking some of those plays we're running in the last half, so they're coming up to the line now. Looks like Wiley McCutcheon at wide receiver. Looks like, who's the fullback there? Looks like Cody Henderson. Klein in motion. Here's the snap. Hand off to Connor Haynes right up the middle for a nice, decent gain right behind the post there to the 38-yard line. Yep. Hey, like they both agree. They both marked it on the and then the guy in the middle puts it on the 39.
But it looks like it's going to be an 8-yard pickup.
That was pretty funny.
Finally, they agree to disagree.
All right, so here's the snap. We're right behind the pole there, so we'll see if we get a motion. I'll let you know if Klein goes in motion. There, no motion. It's a quick handoff, and it looks like it was a bobble snap, and they lost the ball there. I think the Wolverines got it back.
Wolverines got back on top of it. The reason I know that is I don't have an eye on the ball, but Toledo is not jumping up and down and pointing toward the Wolverines' end zone.
All right, looks like we got some ball swapperoos.
And
no, it was. Toledo got the ball.
Oh, it is. Oh, my God. I've never seen a team not celebrate a turnover like that.
I thought it was a turnover. Toledo got the ball on the bad snap. So it's now 1st and 10 for Toledo on the Wolverine 39. Here they come to the ball for their first possession of the second half. They've got a wide receiver down here on our near side and the wing back up at the top. So let's see what they decided. It's probably going to be that inside handoff. Nope, they're going around the edge. Number 3. He's stringing it out. He cuts back in around the edge on the Wolverines. Gets down past the post there to the 15-yard line. 25-yard line.
They're going to put him at the 24.
24.
And John, we talked about that very run right there. Had a guy right on him,
yeah.
And if they were standing in a phone booth, he would have whiffed.
Yeah, there was. I mean, there are players in the area. They just got to make those tackles. All right, 1st and 10 for Toledo. And, there you go, right up the gut, number 22. Yeah, that was pretty easy to see coming there. I'm not sure what the Wolverines are looking at.
Jeffrey Glass, he's a big running back. He is sort of their Gustafson. He is 6 foot 180. Big guy, heavy load to bring down. If he makes one of the first guys miss, he's going to be hard to bring down.
All right.
We're going to shake the camera a little bit, try to get a good angle for you. Wolverines backed up in their own end, 1st and 10 at the 11 for the Toledo.
The inside handoff again. It's like they didn't get much yardage that time. 1 or 2 yards.
Was it a handoff or was that Neff with the carry?
I thought he gave it away. I mean, it was one of those botched handoffs again, I think.
Okay.
Jack Mason on the tackle for the Wolverines.
They're going to give him 2.5, 3 yards on that carry.
It's like they're switching formations. They're going to run the wide receiver over to our side. Move the wing back to the far side. Here comes the snap. This is the wing back in motion. It goes deep. Comes around the torn, but the handoff, it's a keeper right up the gut and into the end zone.
So Wyatt Neff into the end zone. 3 plays, they convert the turnover by the Wolverines. Wolverines had 1 play going for 8 yards, and then they fumbled the snap. Toledo immediately able to convert on a quarterback keeper by Wyatt Neff to take a 33 to 13 lead with 9:56 to go in the third quarter. I was liking what I was seeing out of the Wolverines off that first carry, but the Toledo will go for 2.
Got the man in motion. They hand it off to him. He's coming around the edge. Cuts back through. Touchdown. Or not touchdown, but extra point's good.
Just hides behind his guy. And the thing that I'm seeing with these Toledo ball carriers is they hide behind their blockers really well, but they also make that cut as soon as they see that opening. Good-looking play right there on the 2-point conversion. Wolverines trail 35-13. The Wolverines had a turnover just before the half and a turnover to start the second half. So 2 of their last 3 plays have been turnovers, John.
Yeah, and that's just, any level of football, turnovers do you in on a regular basis. And that's, snap handoff, sometimes that happens. There's not a lot you can do there. So, the Wolverines, this next drive is crucial. They got to score on this drive, or I'm kind of feeling like this game's
starting to slip out of their grasp.
Yeah.
Toledo, I believe, is 8-2 on the season.
They're 9-2 with Monday's win. Yeah.
9-2. That's right. They played a game.
Pale El Willapa. So here's Toledo with the kick. And it's up and down the middle. Someone catches it on their side. I don't know who that was.
They're going to mark him at the 31-yard line. Well, the
Graham Leering with the ball.
The Wolverines will have 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line.
1st and 10 for Friday Harbor.
All righty.
The announcer is just catching up with us. And I'm looking down there, and the guy over there might have a little bit more gray hair than me, but we have the very same musical taste. He just played Barracuda by heart.
So Wolverines the ball. Here comes the snap. No motion. Hand off to Connor Haynes. He kind of cuts a little bit outside and is immediately tackled.
They're going to give him a yard on that carry.
Ethan McElney on the stop for Toledo.
They're going to see if they move the down marker. They're going to give him 1 yard on that carry.
Small game call, 2nd down and 9.
And I will be kind of trying to do my best to keep track of the Huskies and what's going on here. I have to split my duties with Sports Illustrated and
here's 2nd down, Klein in motion. Here's the handoff to Connor Haynes again, up the middle for a 4-yard gain, 3-yard gain. So up to the Wolverines' 30-yard line. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 6.
Zane Reddick, Justin Miller on the tackle for Toledo. Gain of 3 yards. 3rd and 6 the Friday Harbor 30.
All right, so the 4 Wolverines are up to the ball. It's like Toledo's stacking the box pretty heavy here. No motion. We're going to drop back. Dylan's going to pass the ball. He rolls way out, throws downfield. It is intercepted by Toledo. They failed to make the tackle. He's still running the ball back, and he gets down out probably like the 3-yard line. I think they're going to mark him out.
And
2-yard line.
3 of the Wolverines' last 6 plays have been turnovers. And that will spell you doom in pretty much any level of football.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be 1st and goal for Toledo on the Wolverines' 2-yard line. They're up to the ball. They're running a wide receiver on the far side, a wingback on our side. Here's the snap. Handoff to the middle. Cuts in. Touchdown, Toledo.
And just like that, the 35-13 lead jumps up to 41-13.
So they're coming in. They're going to kick the extra point this time, it looks like. They're setting up the flat.
They're done chasing points. They've evened it out at
41.
7 points.
Scores.
Yeah, or 7 points per score. That was their 6th touchdown.
All right, here's their snap. And the kick is up, and it looks like it's good.
Right down the middle, and if that
that was a nice kick, actually.
If that shack, that whatever is storage shack behind there is any indication of it being right down the middle, just off to the left side of the point, of the arch.
Okay, so that is a quick 2-score for the Riverhawks. So it's now 42-13 with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Riverhawks are up to kickoff again.
Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center. Island Petroleum Services, Star Excavation and Septic, Pacific Rim Installation.
All right, sorry, here's lost the ball. There's the kickoff. That's like Wiley McCutcheon. Oh, he cut too many times. And they've got him down at the 21-yard line.
And, John, we talked a little bit about how these Toledo guys, they don't try to do a shake and bake. They do a plant and cut.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a little bit of a difference right there.
Well, when you cut too many times, you start going forward, and that's always an issue. Okay, so Wolverines ball, 1st and 10 on their own 23, it looks like. And Wolverines are up to the ball. Looks like motion from Klein. Here's the snap. It's like going to be a pass. Right across the middle, but short of the receiver.
I think he just did not want to throw an interception when he was under that much pressure. He wasn't going to hang it up like he did over here near the end zone.
No, the pass is a lot lower, and actually if he come up another couple of feet, he might actually made it to the intended target.
He didn't have the time like that.
So that's the weak side of the field. So there's no blocker.
He was going to need to visit one of our sponsors, Friday Harbor Dentistry, if he'd hung in the pocket much longer.
All right, so here's the snap, and it's gone to Connor Haynes, who gets tripped up. He actually had a pretty good running going there. Might have had another 3 yards if he hadn't got tripped.
And we just had one of our sponsors, MEM Enterprises. They have issued a challenge. He is going to make sure that we stay on the air as long as possible during the playoffs. He is putting up $500, and he challenges anybody else to match that. And that's just absolutely amazing. That's how much this community the guys that are the leaders in this community, they continue to step up and make things possible.
So that was a third down play. Looks like they gained about 2 yards. So that's going to be 4th and 2 for the Wolverines behind the post here. So I'm going to see if I can't wiggle this out. No, that's not going to work. Here we go, like that. All right, sorry about the jiggle there. All right, so the Wolverines are up to the ball. Let's see. Ready for the snap. Motion from Klein. Here's the handoff to Cody Anderson. I think he got the first down.
And they're going to give
Is
him.
that Cody?
Yeah, he's.
No, that was Pierce Klein.
They're going to mark him down at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, so that was Pierce Klein with the handoff. He broke across the middle and then immediately went upfield. So they got the first down on that play for the Wolverines. So Wolverine first down in, I'd say, almost a whole quarter, time-wise. And then the right to the ball behind the post. Looks like the Wolverines are getting ready to snap. There they go, a quick snap. Right up the middle. Looks like the pile's pushing forward. But they're going to blow the whistle dead after 2 yards.
Yeah, and, I'm all for them holding off on the whistle when there's forward progress still going. If they're going backwards, that's when you have to immediately blow that whistle.
Yeah, I thought that was a little early. Yeah, usually if the pile's falling forward, they let it go.
Looks like he had an extra 2 yards on that.
All right, so a little quick snap for the Wolverines again. Plays coming up. There's motion from Klein. Quick cut. There's Connor with the ball, and he gets stonewalled, I think, right at the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure he really got any gain on the play.
They're going to give him
maybe a yard. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
They moved it about 8 inches.
Yeah.
3rd and long 7.
There you go. Right from the announcer, a 3rd and long 7.
Wolverines 38.
All right, so it's 3rd and long 7 for the Wolverines. They're on the ball. It's like Wiley McCutcheon's still out at wide receiver. Here comes Klein in motion, and the snap. And it's a handoff. No, it's going to be a pass right across the middle, and it is almost intercepted again. Just behind Wiley McCutcheon. He was running a nice little quick, fast route. If that gets him in stride on target, he was going to be gone for a touchdown. So
Wolverines have to find a way to chip that edge rusher out there. Oh my goodness! We have been matched by Lawson. Is it
Lawson Construction?
Lawson Construction is going to match MEM. I should have said that he was going to do 1,000.
Don't put him on the spot like that.
Just kidding.
All right, here's the punt for the Wolverines. The ball is up. Good kick. No, I'm sorry, I was wrong. It had distance but did not stay in bounds.
Yeah, they're going to mark it at the 47, 48. No, they're going to go across. They're going to mark it down at the 45-yard line of Toledo.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to go further. It just didn't quite.
Kind of just as much as you could. You saw the Wolverines kind of getting close there to close out the first half, throw that interception with 30 seconds left in the half. That was kind of where the tide really turned.
All right, so here's Toledo on the ball. Quick handoff. It's coming around the edge, cuts back in the middle. Good tackle by the Wolverines, and one of those Toledo guys went flying. That was a little on the weird side. And
guy number 54, I don't know who he is, in there on that tackle for the Wolverines. Stopped for no gain. That is Jeffrey Volk. And remind me, is this the last year that we have of Jeffrey, or is he a junior?
No, he's a junior.
Good.
One more year.
Good-looking player for the Wolverines.
First year at outside linebacker. Hasn't done too bad. All right, so here comes the snap. Middle handoff again. Pursued by Jeffrey Volk. And who else had the tackle there?
They're going to give him 8 on the carry.
Looks like it was Connor Haynes in there as well.
The usual suspects. Number 84 comes on for the Wolverines. That is David Arias.
He's going in for Victor Velasquez.
Yeah, Velasquez, a freshman for a senior. They're going to make it 3rd and 2.
All right, so we got a wide receiver on our side. The wingback is on the far side. See where the snap goes.
Seems like
it's like the outside run to the far side. He almost gets to the edge. The Wolverines catch up to him, but he did get the first down.
They're going to give him forward progress across the 45 down to the 43 of the Wolverines.
But that's kind of that's a good result against the wing T. We only give up 2 or 3 yards. Just unfortunately, it was for the first down. But so we got another sub. Someone's going out. Someone's going in. Max Fields is going out, and number 80 went in. Who's number 80 for us?
Rafael Sanabria.
Yeah, Rafael Sanabria is in at DB on the far side. And here come Toledo with the 1st and 10. Snap, handoff this direction. Kind of a bobbled snap. It's coming this way. They got him run to the line. There was a hold back there, so that's coming back.
Throwing the flag in the backfield just barely. It's going to mark the play off. It is from, I believe it's from the spot of the foul where the flag lands. It's a yard behind the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 10 yards. This is going to bring up 2nd and 21. 1st and 21. And they're marking it right at the 45, so it will be 1st and 22. We did see them have 2nd and 25 on that snap over his head, and all they did was have a 50-yard touchdown.
Yeah, no, hopefully we don't have to see that again. I want to see some better run defense.
Wolverines' 13 points have come on explosive plays. So if the Wolverines can get back to that explosive
so there's Toledo to the line. They got a receiver on our side. They're juggling their backfield. They're going to have 2 wide receivers on our side. The wingback is out. They got 2 running backs in the backfield. Here's the snap. It's going to be a middle run, and great read from the Wolverines on that play.
And that was number 30? Number 30 down there. Pierce Klein with the tackle on that one. They're going to give him about 3 yards on the carry, but that brings up 2nd and 18, I believe, something like that.
18 or 19.
Wolverines trail here in the first round of the state playoffs, 42-13. Wolverines went against some larger competition regularly. Granite Falls, who they lost to earlier in the year in a turnover fest by the Wolverines, they're in the 2A playoffs.
There's a fake handoff. They're running. The quarterback's going to keep. He's running. He's going to pass downfield. Number 7 was open. Looks like he caught the ball. It was right behind the post, but I think he completed it.
The ball is going to be the ball carrier is going to be marked down at the 26-yard line of the Wolverines.
First down on a long play. Dang it!
And the Wolverines got to find a way to get off the field right here.
All right, so 1st and 10 for Toledo on the Wolverines' 26-yard line. They're going to run. They're cramming themselves on the far side. The wide receivers on the far side of the field. The wingbacks on our side. Let's see what they got. I think they're probably going to come this way, I would imagine. Here's the snap. No, it's a right up the middle. No gain on the play. Maybe. No, they're going to give him a yard.
Jeffrey Glass on the carry for the Riverhawks.
Glass is their big back.
He's their number 1
6'1", 180.
2nd and 9 on the Friday Harbor 25.
All right, looks like they're going to let the quarter down as far as they can. Here's the snap. Middle run again. Gets through. Still going. Someone's going to make the tackle here. There we go.
Backing him down, backing the Wolverines down again is Jeffrey Glass with the carry. Wolverines
Glass on the carry.
pulling Toledo up off the ground. So it's nice to see in spite of a 42-13 score, the Wolverines are showing kind of some good sportsmanship right there. I like to see that.
Looks like Toledo's burning as much clock as they can. They're going to let this timer run out on this quarter. We'll go to the fourth quarter in just a moment. Five seconds to go. Here's the white hat. He's telling them to stay there. I'm going to pick the ball up. So that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Going to reposition our cameras to see the other end of the world here.
That's the end of the third quarter. 36 minutes.
There we go. We're going to be down right in there.
Score.
Yeah, I didn't realize this.
Toledo 42.
This is all dead image. It's only from here down. I didn't realize that this whole time. The last two games. Okay, so we're going to get ready here.
Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, by Banner Bank, by MEM Enterprises, by Lawson Construction. I know there are other losses out there. By Purple and Gold Booster Club, BladeRestoration.com, Farmers Insurance and the Tammy Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Inter-Island Petroleum Services, Friday Harbor Electric, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Insulation, Star Excavation and Septic, and Island Petroleum Services. And the Wolverines. They're announcing some scores right now. LSU, though, is that in the first quarter?
Yeah.
First quarter, LSU is up on Alabama. They're announcing the college football scores, and I'm kind of trying to keep track of the Huskies. They are playing right now.
Holy cow.
Oh, yeah, and they did it on a flea flicker.
Oh,
Purdue knocked off Michigan State, who knocked off Michigan last week.
Wow. All right, so here we go in the fourth quarter. It's Toledo's ball. They are 3rd and 2 to go on the Wolverines under the side of the 20. Here's an outside run. Looks like a gain of about 2 on the play.
Tripped up by the Wolverines. Number 44, it looked like out there. I don't see a 44, maybe a 30.
34 would be Wiley McCutcheon.
Yeah, down at the bottom of the pile. Good tackle right there.
84. Who's 84? David Arias. He's in the game a little more, too. So it looks like we're seeing some of the younger Wolverines now toward the end of the game getting some play time here.
Geyser and who couldn't tell who that one is, swapping sides on the defensive front.
Yeah.
Toledo sends out number 7 wide to the left, Aiden Umbria.
Inside handoff again, right through the middle of the Wolverines defense, and another touchdown for Toledo.
And that is Justin Fila. Wolverines have given up 48 points, and we would have to go pretty deep into the archives to kind of find that right there. The Wolverines have been very stout defensively, but this game, like we saw against Granite Falls, has turned on the turnovers.
Yeah, definitely on the turnovers. Here comes a snap for the extra point. And the kick is up, and it looks like it's good.
48, 49, 13. At one point, it was, I believe it was 13-12. The Wolverines had taken the lead.
This was a close game there in the end of the first.
Up until that.
It's kind of got a little out of hand.
Up until that turnover. And that's their quarterback. That's Oregon's quarterback with a tackle. Yeah, we're going to see who. Oh, it's an interception. Carson Bruner for the Huskies. I do not have the game on TV, so I am watching the stats, trying to see what's going on. And like the Huskies, the Wolverines. The Huskies create a turnover.
All right, here's Toledo to kick off. And what do we got there? We're going to do a little high kick to the far side, and it goes out of bounds.
Ooh, that actually worked out well for the Wolverines.
Well, it was lucky that he went out of bounds.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It worked out well for the Wolverines because the ball is going to be moved up to the 35-yard line. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Browns Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, by Star Excavation and Septic, Pacific Rim Installation, MEM Enterprises, Lawson Construction.
There you go.
Haley's Bar and Grill, Lemon Computers, Friday Harbor Dentistry, American Legion, Farmers Insurance, and the Tammy Cotton Agency, Purple and Gold Booster Club, BladeRestoration.com, Banner Bank Wolverines come out. We will start their drive at their own 35-yard line.
Oh, Wolverines on the ball. Looks like we got a few more subs in there. I'll kind of call them out when I see them. There's Klein in motion. Handoff to Connor Haynes. He goes up the middle for, looks like, a 3-yard gain. So here's the, I think we're going to say 4-yard gain. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Wolverines on the their own 39-yard line. Is that right? 39? I guess it is. All right, so looks like we still have, I think the offense is pretty much unchanged. We got Wyland catching out here at wide receiver. Cody Anderson and Connor Haynes in the backfield. Here goes Klein in motion. Quick turnaround as a pass out to Klein. Little swing pass. He catches it, but is tackled for a loss.
They're going to give him a yard.
No, that's backwards.
Okay.
We were on the 39.
Sorry.
So that's a loss of 3 on the play. So we're going to move back to the 36-yard line. So a nice little swing pass. The pass was just a little not forward enough. Klein had to come back to make the catch, and that kind of got his momentum in the wrong direction. All right, so now we're 3rd and 9 for the Wolverines on their own 36. They got a short side of the field over here, lots of field on the other side. Let's see, we got Wiley on the line. Here's Klein in motion. Here comes the handoff. They're going right at the middle with Connor Haynes, who breaks the first tackle, but gets tackled by 2 more. What are they? River Dogs? Riverhawks. Riverhawks. Not River Dogs. Riverhawks.
Yeah, so my goodness. Sean McGrew with a touchdown for the Huskies.
Nice.
Oh, my goodness.
2 plays, 6 yards.
Okay.
So 4th and 4 for the Wolverines on their own 41. Looks like the Wolverines are just going to go for it here. Let's see what we got here. Klein is not going to go in motion. It's a handoff to Connor Haynes. He makes it around the edge. Oh, he just gets tripped up. He had a lot of daylight ahead of him there. It could have been a touchdown. Great shoestring. I think it was
Gabriel Cabrera with that tackle.
That was probably a touchdown-saving tackle because Connor was just about to turn on the gas.
Just slapped his ankle. Right now we're saying touchdown Wolverines.
Yeah, he had a lot of field ahead of him. I mean, that was going to be a chase down to the 2 if they got him. So the Wolverines come out 1st and 10 on their on the Toledo 47.
Converting on 4th down.
Here comes the snap. No motion from Klein. Handoff to Connor Haynes. He gets tackled higher on the head, but manages to spin forward.
They're going to mark his knee down at the 41-yard line of Toledo.
I don't know about that. I liked where I had the camera pointed at. So that's going to be 2nd and probably 4 to go for the Wolverines. So good, solid 6-yard gain on 1st down. That's the kind of numbers that we were kind of hoping to see from the Wolverines. It allows them to, get down after down, but haven't quite got there yet. So here come the Wolverines. They're up at the line. No motion from Klein. Here's the snap. Toss to Connor Haynes around this side.
Staying behind his blocker.
At the edge. He's heading upfield. He's going to break it. This looks like a touchdown for the Wolverines, and it is a touchdown for the Wolverines. Great run from Connor Haynes. Followed his blockers around the edge. That was a pretty easy run.
And the Wolverines strike on a 41-yard carry.
Yeah, 40-41 right in there.
That is their 2nd touchdown over 40 yards, their 3rd touchdown of over 20 yards.
So great run from the Wolverines on that play.
Correction, the other one I think it was an 11-yard carry. So the Wolverines, though, not known to be big striking, just kind of punishing their way into the end zone. Wolverines will go for a 2-point conversion right here.
So here's the 2-point. And there's Klein in motion. There's the handoff to Connor Haynes right up the middle. He's got it. So 2-point conversion's good for the Wolverines. That's going to give them 21. There you go.
Wolverines cut the deficit 49-21. And, John, we've talked about this the entire season, about how Brock has created a culture where you end up with plays like that right there. Like we saw at the end of the Granite Falls, another blowout. And it was Connor Haynes on that touchdown-saving tackle where, the dude was just gone. But he chased him down. And, you might look at the scoreboard and think it's a blowout. Mentally, these kids are not blown out.
No, they're still in the game, and they're working hard.
And they're going to counterpunch the rest of the way. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, Banner Bank, Purple and Gold Booster Club, MEM Enterprises, Lawson Construction, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Inter-Island Petroleum Services, Friday Harbor Electric, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Installation, Star Excavation and Septic, Island Petroleum Services. 49-21 Wolverines score. They will kick off. I'm guessing an onside kick, John?
I don't know. It's tough for me to guess at this point. I'd like to see one, but no, there you go. You got it. Nice.
Got that high bounce.
That thing go. Good. Oh, he almost pitched it back. Did you see that? Oh,
yeah.
He realized that was going to be a bad idea.
But I'm telling you, somebody that paid for it over there is number 64 for the Wolverines, Julio Chavarria Sanabria. Got absolutely hammered by two guys, and they kind of sat on him while the play unfolded to the other side.
Yeah, that's
otherwise, when the ball was being bobbled, he was going to get in there and do some damage. Wolverines, Toledo will start at their own 32-yard line.
So there's Toledo, their standard formation. I think most of their starters are still in there, so I'm kind of curious to see what Toledo run on plays. Right up the gut, and he did fumble, actually, it looks like, but he got the ball back. That was, is that Nathan Posenjat that made that tackle? No, it was Pierce Klein with the tackle. So here comes the play in for Toledo.
Pierce Klein with the tackle for the Wolverines.
Subbing out number 3. Wasn't that the guy? No. Justin Fila went out. All right, so here come Toledo. It's now 2nd and 9.
Fila's had a few good carries for Toledo.
They're looking at the hat when they get the signal for the time. So right now Toledo's running on the clock. So on the next play I'll show you what they're looking at. So it's kind of an outside handoff that comes back inside. Took a gain of 4 or 5 on the play.
And
was that
brought down by number 70 for the Wolverines? That is mein Freund Tim Jasper Erschmann von Deutschland.
So I'm going to zoom out here just so you guys can see this, because not everybody that can see what's going on here in the game. So it's the far right is an official. He's back there on the 40. And so he's watching his watch on how much time they have to snap the ball. So you look at the quarterback, he looks at him, and then the Wolverines jump off sides. Okay, so that kind of blows out a light. So that'll be first down for Toledo because it's a 5-yard penalty. Anyway, if you were looking there, you would see the official at the far right of the screen. He's watching the 40-second clock for when you can snap the ball. As the time runs out, he raises his hand, and the quarterback snaps the ball. And that way, Toledo uses up as much clock as possible and tries to get this game over as soon as possible without letting the Wolverines back into it. So I'm going to resume. So now I've kind of explained that. All right, so here's Toledo on the ball. It's now 1st and 10 on their 43. He's watching the back judge now. And he's still wide. There's the back judge's hand goes up. Now we're going to snap the ball. So there's a middle handoff right up the gut. Gets about 5 yards on the play. So I'll take him up to the 48-yard line.
Tate Geiser with the tackle for the Wolverines.
Tate Geiser on the tackle for Friday Harbor.
So it is now 2nd and 5 to go.
Gain of 5 yards on the play.
Wolverines make a swap.
5 on Toledo's
It's like Cody Anderson is in linebacker. It's like the Riverhawks make a swap on the line.
The Mud Hens.
Gotta be careful of that River Dogs.
the Toledo.
I swear my kids played a team called the River Dogs, though. Anyway, so here we go. It's 2nd and 5 for Toledo. Here comes the snap. It's a middle run. Gets about a 2-yard gain.
Well, it's better than the Wildcat because there is no actual animal that is a Wildcat.
I'm not sure there's a river hawk either.
Well, I'm sure there is a river hawk. There
like
is
a seahawk, it's that kind of thing.
Jack Mason on the tackle.
All right, so we're down to 3rd and 2 here for the Toledo Riverhawks.
Down and 2 on the play number 49.
So they get the play from the sideline. They're going to bring that in here, and I'm going to guess it's probably going to be a middle run, but maybe they'll twist it up and run something outside, see if they catch the Wolverines sleeping. Number 7 comes all the way down here for wide receiver. Goes under center. Hand to the reps up there. Just a quarterback draw right up the middle. He's still on his feet.
Moving the
he's
pile.
Still going. There's a flag there, though. I think we're going to have a holding call on the
never
on
able
Toledo.
to get the quarterback to the ground, though,
No,
John.
but
There is a flag kind of right at the line of scrimmage where it could be a false start, but they would have blown the play dead.
Yeah, I think it was a hold.
Where there is a lot of stuff going on right there. Number 65 comes off. Max field for the Wolverines. The thing that you're seeing, John, is the Wolverines don't have people limping. A lot of substitutions going on.
Yeah.
Wolverines are being asked what they want to do with the penalty.
What was that?
Sideline infraction.
What? Assisting the runner.
Giving him a pat on the backside, I guess, is that.
I've actually never seen that call. That was odd.
Yeah, there's no bush push in high school football, apparently.
But they gave him the first down, so what's the flag for? The Wolverines couldn't have assisted the runner.
Interesting.
All right, well, that was confusing. I'm not sure what happened there.
I am absolutely confused.
Yeah. All right, on to the next play. 1st and 10 for Toledo. They are on the Wolverines' 44-yard line. They got a wide receiver down here by us. Wing back on the far side, 2 running backs in the backfield. He's watching the back judge now for the signal. And there his hands up. Here comes the snap. Handoff right up the middle to number 4, and he gets about 5 yards on the play. So it'll bring up 2nd and 5 for Toledo.
Just under 4 minutes to go.
Harrisman on the stop for Friday Harbor. 4-yard gain. 2nd down and 6 on the Friday Harbor.
Oh, good for him.
Line.
One of the kids that got in the game. All right, so here we go. 2nd and 5 for Toledo. There's the back judge's hand is up. Here comes the snap. And immediately handed off right up the middle that went outside. And he fumbles. Wolverines are on the ball. Looks like Jeffrey Volk with the recovery.
Kason Ball with the carry down into the red zone, but he turns the ball over to the Wolverines. Only time I've seen that before was at Granite Falls.
Well, it was kind of good because Jeffrey blew his assignment there, so at least he got the ball back.
But that's why you pursue. You don't just let the guy run past you.
He chased him down. That was good, and I didn't move the camera, so there you go. It's on me.
Oh, you lost your son's highlight.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Okay, anyway, Wolverines start at their own 14-yard. Oh, actually, you're going to put it at the 13?
Yep, it's on the 13. Here comes the line in motion. And the snap, and it's a handoff to Connor Haynes around the outside edge.
Gone!
And there he goes. Bye-bye. As long as no one does a bad block in the back, we should have a touchdown. I'm behind the post. There you go.
That's an 87-yard touchdown by the Wolverines. Connor Haynes No doubt about it. Once he hit that edge, he was gone. And Lightning, the clouds have kind of parted, but Lightning struck on the field. Wolverines cut the deficit 49-27. Connor Haynes with an 87-yard touchdown run, one-play drive that took all of maybe 13 seconds.
The weird game. You just wonder if you could have got those breaks earlier in the game where this game would be at.
Yes. Wolverines are going to go for 2, trying to make it a 20-point game.
All right, here's Klein in motion. And snap. Handoff. Nope, it's good. Who did he give that to? Was it Connor? I think he did give it to Connor
number
Haynes.
14.
Yeah, it was Connor Haynes, but he didn't get in the end zone, so he's going to be stopped short. Well, that was exciting.
Okay, he gets an 87-yard touchdown, but he can't get to it the other end.
Well,
That's just how life works out sometimes. Wolverines have a quick strike, 2:54 to go in the playoffs. Wolverines will have an onside kick. I am willing to bet your money on it.
Well, I followed the play that time. So there you go.
There you go.
Got that touchdown all the way down there.
All right, Wolverines will have cut the deficit down to 22. After being down 49-13, the Wolverines have scored back-to-back possessions. And Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, Banner Bank, Blade Restoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, MEM Enterprises, Lawson Construction, Farmers Insurance, and the Tampa Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry. Wolverines will have the kickoff right here. And tell me who the kicker is.
Victor Velasquez.
Victor Velasquez.
Here comes the kick. And it's just a line drive shot right down the gut. Good kick all the way back inside the 10. They picked it up and are running it out.
Stay in your lanes. This is a stay-in-your-lane drill right here.
Yep, good tackle. Wolverines finally got him down on the 30.
Almost looked like a face mask the way his head went down.
So 1st and 10 for Toledo on their own 30.
Friday Harbor tackle number 65, Max Field.
And the Wolverines, I don't think they've used a timeout, so we're going to start to see a couple of timeouts be used on this drive. As he tries to stand there and burn the clock, Wolverines are going to call timeouts, I would imagine.
I would think so.
Get a stop right here.
Get another point on, get some more points on the board. Doesn't look so bad. All right, so here's Toledo, 1st and 10 on their 30. They got the play in. They're swapping a guy out late, it looks like. Now, isn't that leaving the huddle with too many players on the field just now? Isn't that a flag? Whatever. We'll keep playing. Here's the snap. And right up the middle on the ground. Looks like Toledo got the ball back.
And Wolverines should call a timeout right here. No timeout taken by the Wolverines. I like the idea of kind of doing a dressed rehearsal for future seasons so your players understand what to do in a situation where they're down by one score and they need to continue to chip away at that lead.
2nd and 12 for Toledo. And I'll tell you when the back judge's hand goes up. There it is. So here comes the snap. And kind of a really horrible handoff there. I'm not sure if we got subs in there or people are just kind of calling it the way they're seeing it.
Jack Mason in the backfield along with Connor Haynes for the Wolverines. Kind of brings up 3rd and 13 with 1:42 to go. Wolverines trail 49-27.
Here comes the play in. They're going to come to the line, and we're waiting on the back judge. Hands up. Play's called. Quarterback keeper. He's going down the far line. Throws across the middle. Caught by number 17. Breaks a tackle. Gets out to the 47-yard line.
Kaysen Ball with the reception. Clock stops 1:04, 49-27 Wolverines trail.
48-yard line, sorry.
Yeah, that will pretty much do it. I think
Move
that
the camera again.
I think that what's going to happen is Toledo kneels down from here.
Yeah, they got the first down, so they don't have to run any plays. No one's going to get hurt. There they go, victory form. Well, no, they're not in victory formation. They kind of are, but. So he goes under center. Let's see what he does here. Yep, he kneels the ball. So this is going to be one more play, or maybe they might call it right there. It's 36 seconds.
We will find out who the boys and girls soccer teams play. We will find that out tomorrow, I believe, according to Sam PB. And we're going to do whatever we can to bring either or both of the boys and girls. We have enough gear that we can split out and have both games going on. One on YouTube, one on Facebook. Our sponsors have said bring those games no matter what. So the Wolverines will be on, if at all possible, next week. But the Wolverine football team falls here in the state playoffs 49-27 to the now 10-2 Toledo Riverhawks. Almost called them the Firehawks. The Wolverines go to 5-5 on the season, but the thing that I saw, John, is the Wolverines were not afraid to go into Granite Falls and take on a team that was much bigger. They played South Whidbey tough. Those are games that really kind of are culture builders, because you don't learn much when you beat somebody 62-0. You don't learn a whole lot about the character of your team. This is a character building game, but it's also a culture building game. You see the Wolverines out there getting their final chat.
Well, the seniors.
Yeah, but it's their final chat before some of them take to the basketball court. We will be live as many times as we can for those games.
Yeah, right now they're congratulating the seniors. More Zeppelin. Yeah, I think this team always, even when they're losing, they play hard to the end, and that's what you really want from your team, is to stay in the game and keep playing, not give up. Losing is always unfortunate, but I mean, I've seen us beat teams where you can tell they've given up, and I don't ever see that from our team.
Yeah, and that's and I'm going to pull up Friday Harbor's actual record. You got to love the effort that you see out of Connor Haynes.
I think he's probably the player of the game today.
Yeah, he
carried the ball almost the whole time.
Yeah, he's a senior that is leading by example. We saw that out of like Darcy Ayers. One of the last plays that she made last year was on the basketball court, diving at a loose ball when they're down by 27.
Yeah.
And you see another senior go out there, and they could have rolled over, but that's not the culture that Brock has built, and you see it in those senior leaders. And the seniors for the Wolverines, Dylan Roberson, Connor Haynes, Jack Mason, and David Arias, or Arias, I'm not sure which it is. 4 seniors that I think will look back at their contributions to the winning mentality, because winning doesn't happen automatically. It's something that has to be built. You have to learn how to win. And I think that there's a lot that can be said about these three seniors. For me, Dylan Roberson is a fun guy to watch on the basketball. Basketball court. Somebody that can take over games. We saw that where they were down, I think, by 12 to Mount Vernon Christian, and he himself runs off like 14 points in the span of about 5 minutes. He could take over games, and you could see the growth of him as a quarterback throughout the season, where early on it was just hand the ball off, and then he started to get more comfortable passing the ball, and the Wolverines were able to throw some big gainers out there today in the passing game. The final score here is 49-27. Wolverine Sports on Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Brown's Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, Banner Bank, BladeRestoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, MEM Enterprises, Lawson Construction, Farmers Insurance, and the Tammy Cotton Agency, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Inter-Island Petroleum Services, Friday Harbor Electric, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Installation, Star Excavation and Septic, and Island Petroleum Services. And without all of those sponsors, John, we're not sitting here. You're not able to, for me, when Stanley's basketball team went to state, to be able to announce a game, and for you to be up here and to maybe you missed it on film, but it's a memory that you're always going to have, is where he missed a play down here.
Oh yeah. And made it up for it later.
Made up for it down there. And for you as a parent, to see my own kid go out and etch his name into the state record book, that's something that nobody can ever take away from him. And to be in the state playoffs for Jeffrey and for you to be here. I'm just so thankful to all of our sponsors that have done this year in and year out and made these games possible. They're stored here on YouTube, but they're things that we take away in our hearts. And I'm incredibly grateful to you for coming out and doing these games. And Jeffrey's going to be playing basketball, so
he might wrestle, he told me. So there's a 50-50 there.
Okay, well,
he'll do well wrestling too. But it'll be interesting to see what he ends up doing.
Okay, well, either way, maybe we'll get you to do some wrestling.
I heard that the basketball meeting there were 45 kids at the basketball meeting. 40
boys and girls?
Boys. 45.
45.
There were 40 at the meeting and 5 kids they don't want to play that didn't show up.
Oh my goodness.
That's a lot of that's AB, that's junior, that's varsity, JV, and a C team if we could have a C team.
That would be the first time since I think Stanley was like a freshman.
Yeah. That's a lot of kids playing basketball.
Yeah. And that's gonna push. And so as many games as we can bring live, we will be there, away and home games. I don't know when the first game is for Friday Harbor.
I can find out in just a sec.
The Huskies defense has just had a safety against Oregon.
Really?
So they had
that's shocking.
They had an interception taken down to the 2-yard line. To the 6-yard line. 2 plays, they're into the end zone. The defense now scores. The Huskies now lead 9-3 over the number 4 Oregon Ducks.
It's like a day of upsets today.
Yeah.
Might as well get in on the party.
You will find a whole lot of people that are upset in the state of Washington if this score continues to hold up. But anyway, another purple and gold that I cover the Huskies for Sports Illustrated, so I have to kind of split my time with the Wolverines, but I chose to come here to this game because these kids have worked so hard to get to this point. They have stayed together, and it's truly a pleasure to watch these Friday Harbor kids year in and year out.
That's first boys
Friday,
basketball, December 3rd.
Is Overlake, December 3rd. So that is going to be the Wolverines' first basketball game of the year. And is it the Tip-Off Classic?
Yeah, I didn't get it. Well, it said it's on the road.
I thought it said...
No, it is Friday Harbor. Yeah, so that'll be the Tip-Off. Yeah.
The Tip-Off Classic, because Overlake has been there a few years ago. So, it's nice to see things finally starting to get a feeling of normalcy.
Yeah.
But we know that a lot of you are still going to be doing social distancing and may not want to be in big crowds. So we're going to make sure that we can bring you as many games as possible, home and away. And again, one more time, we want to thank all of our sponsors, John. Friday Harbor Tiny TV is presented by Browns Home Center, the island's only full-service building supply center, Banner Bank, BladeRestoration.com, Purple and Gold Booster Club, Farmers Insurance, and the Tampa Agency, MEM Enterprises, Lawson Construction, American Legion, Friday Harbor Dentistry, Lemon Computers, Haley's Bar and Grill, Inter-Island Petroleum Services, Friday Harbor Electric, San Juan Surveying, Miller Drywall, Pacific Rim Installation, Star Excavation and Septic, and Island Petroleum Services. And as soon as we find out where the soccer games are going to be, boys and girls, we will send a crew to each of those games as long as we can have the rights to stream them. We're going to make that possible. Thank you to our amazing sponsors for doing that for us. The final score, the Wolverines fall in the first round of the state playoffs, 49-27. That will do it for us. John Volk, the voice of the Wolverines. I'm Mike Martin. Go Wolverines.
Go Wolverines. How do I stop it?